Hey everybody, how you doing? Good morning. It's Bruce here with Stock Markets with Bruce, live from Palm Desert, California. Nice to have you here today. Today's date, it is Thursday, October the 14th, 2021, and we might have a bit of a barn burner going here on the market today. We have pre-markets looking very good because we have bank earnings coming in very nicely. Why? Because we have a demand for their services. Equity markets have been at record highs for most of this year and hanging around record highs. They're not going back down. We have a pent up demand for business to be done. We have the opportunity for banks to make a lot of cash. Inflation is, relatively stable with the odd flare up here and there, which is creating more hype than reality. Um, we have got, I think, 17 or 18 trillion dollars of cash sitting in investors' accounts, savings accounts, which banks are using right now to lend. Don't worry, the money is being used by your banker to make loans, to make money for the bank and its shareholders, and pay you interest. Although don't go crazy looking for a big bunch of money from interest payments. You're not going to make a lot of money there. But that 17, 18 trillion is in the system, and it is multiplying out. You've got a U.S. government that is kind of working in two directions. You got one part of the government trying to get things going with infrastructure spending and commitments and long-term budgeting commitments, so that projects can be bid, engineered, permitted, constructed. These take 5 to 10 years, and so you got one half of the government trying to get that going. The other half of the government doesn't want it going, because if it gets going, they don't look good. The other guys look good. These guys don't want those guys to look good. They want to look good. So depending on who's in and who's out, there you go. Welcome to politics. But certain things have passed the government and have gone through. Certain spending programs have been underway. The stimulus program that was first passed back in, what was it, February, March, right after the administration took over, that has led to this market where it is. People forget that $1.9 trillion came into the U.S. economy into Americans' hands who desperately needed it, not the wealthy, the poor. And the poor have been spending, because that's what poor people do. They buy groceries every week to make it another week. This capital has gone through the system and is going over and turning over and turning over and turning over, and it's having its effect. Taxes are higher for governments, believe it or not. Revenues for some states, they're in a surplus, believe it or not. And now additional programs are trying to be put together. In any event, that it will happen. There are problems. Nothing is perfect. We have supply chain problems. Been talking about that since February, March around here. You're now getting it every day on the big media. You're now hearing about it in media, the media you might be following. We've been talking about this here for 6 months. This is old news, but it is the news, and it is the reality, and it will not go away. I'm sorry to say that the economy we have right now is the economy we're going to have for years. We will not get firing on all 8 cylinders like we'd like to be. We're going to be firing on 7 cylinders. The reality, though, is that the one cylinder that isn't firing right now will fire up, but another one will conk out. And then it'll get going, and another one will conk out. We will always run on 7 out of 8 cylinders for efficiency in the world economy, especially the U.S. Why? You know why. You've got relatives, friends, you know people, you are seeing them in the media. They won't get the you know what. And as long as there's 20% of the Western population that won't do this, we run on 7 out of 8 cylinders. Now, we're going to have spotty economies. We're going to have central bankers who would like to raise interest rates, would like to get back to a normal economic environment kind of thing. They won't be allowed to, because if they tinker with rates in any serious way, they could crap out their economies. And there's all kinds of fissures showing here and there. And the big one that is beginning to show to us, which is surprising to us in the West, is China. How China is unraveling very quickly. They are really putting the boots to the announcements. They're trying to suppress this news as hard as they can because the mob in Beijing runs the whole show over there. But it's not working because bankers talk and bond traders talk bonds, and Chinese bonds are in trouble. Chinese interest rates are in trouble. Payments are in trouble. Payments are being missed, and there's an impending collapse of the China economy, starting at real estate and then moving out from there as a domino effect. Will it affect you on Main Street in America? Yes, it will. It will. Will it be a creator problem? Will it be a really big bad problem for America? Probably not. This is not going to crater the U.S. economy. This is not going to create massive unemployment in the United States. This is not going to create that kind of an issue. It's going to create inconveniences that in the Western world we have to now suffer that we never had to suffer before, because in the Western world it used to be the almighty dollar solved everything. As long as you had enough money, you could fix all kinds of issues. All of a sudden, money isn't solving issues. Central bankers are sloshing money out there, throwing money out there into the economy to try to get economies running. And they are kind of running, but not really running well enough. And no matter how much you throw at it, when you only have an 87 or 85% efficient economy, it doesn't run well enough. And in the case of mom and pop stores, restaurants, private businesses, people who own apartment buildings, for example, like families in the United States and Canada, you might own a 20-plex apartment building, a 10-plex apartment building, nothing big, just 10 units, 20 units. If you've got one unit empty, not generating rent, or you have 20 units rented but only 19 are paying, you're not making money. The last one is the one that makes the profit. The first 19 cover all the bills. They cover all the expenses, all the taxes, the maintenance, the payments, everything else. The last unit is pure profit. In the restaurant business, you run at 70% efficiency, you lose money. You just don't make money. And this is just the way it is. You have got to be able to run at 100% efficiency, or you're just done for. And in the airline business, you got to run at 100% efficiency to make money. If you run at 60% efficiency, you lose money. If your planes are 60% full, you lose money. You've got to run at top efficiency. It's striking how little money airlines make on a per passenger basis, either on a per flight or on a per mile basis. It is shockingly little. It is really shockingly little. And if you have 5%, 10% cancellation rates coming in on future flights, you're guaranteed to lose money. And certain airlines are very adept at canceling flights before they even suffer the losses. The discount airlines are experts at this. They know that their margins are razor thin. And if they feel that they're going to lose $200 a flight or $2,000 on a flight, they're going to start to cancel services and just cut back. It's an amazing thing to witness how efficiently they run things, how well they run things. It's really something. We have a moron here who's they're trying to muck up the chat this morning. We went into member chat right away here, hoping to avoid this. Sorry about that. Try to ignore it. Report them, whatever you got to do. It is what it is when you do a live show. What can I say? The markets, we're up 281 points on the Dow in the pre-market. We're up 39 on the S&P. We're up 162 on NASDAQ. The bank earnings have been coming in this morning fast and furious. Our friends at Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and others are reporting phenomenal numbers, just phenomenally good numbers. The shares are not going down in price. It was last quarter, the quarter before that. The pattern seemed to be a company would come up with earnings and their stocks would immediately go down in price. Not happening today. The street has figured it out that, oh my gosh, what we have here is a scenario where the bank is making so much cash, they're making so much revenue that the share price, the PE multiple on the share price is extremely low, and the shares are actually undervalued. They're not overvalued. They weren't ahead of earnings, too far ahead of earnings, because that didn't happen in the last 3 months. We had a September that was a wishy-washy month, really saw-off month. We are just not seeing stocks just taking off all the time. Apple, for example, was trading at $140 a share when it was into the 150, 160 range. Apple is off 10, $20. Microsoft had a good run until about a month ago. got up to what, 305, 310, now at 298. We've had stocks who've really done well, but they've backed off. And now the earnings are coming out to confirm what we suspected all along, that corporate America that had been thriving the last 3 quarters are continuing to thrive now. I have no reason to suspect why they wouldn't. Why wouldn't these entities continue to make the money they're making? They've got the government wrapped up around their finger for regulations. They own the committees that the senators and congressmen oversee because of the super PACs. They bribe these guys into office. So they control these guys, they control the rules, they stifle competition. How can you not make money? It's wonderful. Why aren't there 15 other Amazons out there knocking Amazon off the perch? There are no other Amazons. There's a couple of companies that are like sort of Amazon-ish, kind of like, but there isn't another. How come there aren't a bunch of mom and pop Amazons popping up all over the place? They can't. They can't get permits in their towns, their cities, their states. They can't get licensing. They can't get real estate. They can't get financing because the store is closed. You've got the big boy who controls the game, and no more joiners. Thank you very much. This is the way it is. Why are there only 5 legacy airlines left in the United States instead of 15? You have 350 million people in the United States, hundreds of millions who are flying every year. You should have more than 5 airlines, but you don't. And you might notice that the 5 airlines you got are all regionally located, so they don't compete with each other. Isn't that amazing? It's incredible. So when you go looking for a flight from LA to New York, or from St. Louis to Seattle, or Chicago to Minneapolis, or wherever you want to go, you're down to 1 or 2 airlines. You can't shop with 5 different airlines. There are no 5 different airlines to go shopping with. You're shopping with 1 or 2. And many a time you'll see on your search results, oh yeah, there's so-and-so airline that flies from here to here. But then you'll see, oh, there's another airline that flies from here to here. They're $5 a seat more. But then you read the fine print and you go, oh, wait a minute, it's operated by the same airline that operates the other flight because of code share. Code shares between airlines stifle competition against airlines. The Congress and Senate out there have been hoodwinked to allow this to happen because they think that there's true competition in the air. You've got two airlines to fly from Cincinnati to New York. You don't need a third. But the problem is that the 2 airlines are actually one airline who are code-sharing one plane and screwing the American public at the same time. Welcome to America, the socialistic country of all countries for airlines. Unbelievable. Doesn't end. It continues on. Hope you don't mind, my little rant today. I'm a little upset. Just trying to look out for it. In any event, welcome to the show. I think stocks are going up today, despite the socialistic atmosphere in the United States. They're going higher because you know what? Business loves socialism. It ties up loose ends and it keeps the competition away. It's really good for business when you don't allow others to participate in your game. It's beautiful. Sofi, $19.73 this morning. We're up 81 cents in the pre-market. Apparently last night, our friend Mr. Kramer was recommending the stock as a buy. And he recommended a few others, but he recommended Sofi as a buy. That was a catalyst to start moving the market up last night in the aftermarket, and it has continued on in the pre-market. We've now traded 622,000 shares of Sofi in the pre-morning market, and we're sitting at $19.70 right now. Spire Global, here's one. Spire, 638, up 22 cents in the pre-market. Volume, 7,300 shares. 22-cent move on a $6 stock on 7,000 volume. Unbelievable. This is the most manipulated stock of all stocks on the stock market. This is a New York Stock Exchange listed company on the NYSE. This is not a penny stock on a pink sheet somewhere. This is not being promoted out of a boiler room in some strip mall in New Jersey. This is being manipulated by, I think, offshore actors who have crushed this market from 1850 down to as low as 580 a share yesterday afternoon, and who are now trying to keep it under 750 until tomorrow afternoon. There is now 48 hours to go, all day today and all day tomorrow. These guys are going to try like heck to keep it under 750. The problem is it's at 640 right now. It's within $1.10 of trading at a level where the options are at book value. This could be a problem for the shorters. The street has to recognize it and has to buy into this synopsis. If the street buys into this synopsis and immediately begins to jump on this stock, what we could have happen here is so much buying coming in on this paper that the shares will trade into the $8-9 level, which puts all the contracts that were sixes and 750s and beyond, they'll start to be in the money. This is going to screw up these guys' net profit, because they were hoping and counting on the fact that they could crush this market low enough to keep it under 750, so that all the contracts from 750 to $20, the call contracts that have been written now for a month or so, will die worthless. They get to keep all, I don't know how many millions of dollars, whether it's 100 million, 50 million, 80 million, I honestly don't know. I strongly suspect that these guys are leveraged 100 to 1 in the derivatives market on top of this market, but they've got to keep the stock under 750 as a starter. It's at 640 now. It was 580 yesterday afternoon. It's up 60 cents on 500,000 shares. A couple million shares of buying on this thing. It's a $20 stock. The opportunity for this stock to triple, maybe quadruple, is unbelievable. It's a thin float, doesn't trade very many shares. Good, solid company. They're in the middle of a corporate takeover of another publicly traded company. They're getting government contracts to manage satellites in space. They handle data transmission. They're now creating a cloud computing network, satellite to satellite connection. Unbelievable, cutting edge company. Phenomenal. They're doing absolutely nothing wrong. Their stock is caught in a vortex. It's a battle between shysters offshore. I think, this is my personal opinion, I think there are guys offshore who are manipulating the stock and who have crushed it and who are now trying to keep it down. And then there are the opportunists, which are some of you out there, figuring out, at 640, I'll buy this stuff. It was $18 2 weeks ago. They're doing a takeover. They'll do other contracts. They've got cash in the bank. They just went public through the reverse takeover of a SPAC. They're cash rich. They can raise money like that. Who knows how many deals are coming down the pipe on this thing? Corporately, they're doing fine. Stock-wise, it's being manipulated. The question is, where's it going to go? Today, 639 to 640 is where it is at the moment on 8,800 volume. To me, I think this is a golden opportunity, because even if these guys are successful and keep it under 750 for tomorrow night's close, even if they pull this off and they score all kinds of money on their options, all kinds of dollars in returns, I think what they've done, while all this nonsense has been going on for this last week and a half, keeping this market down here, I think what they have been up to is they have been purchasing call options into November, December, January next year at 750, 10, 12.50, 15, all the way up to $20 or more. I think they've been buying 10 and 15 and 20 and 30 cent option contracts, as many as they can get, because they know that they have to unwind this deal. They've done the first half of the deal, crushed the market. Keep it down past tomorrow night so the contracts die worthless on the call side for tomorrow. But the other side of the equation is they now have to unwind their trades. They've got to buy back the stock so that they don't have a short position going forward. They want to get out. So what they're likely going to do is they're likely going to start to try to acquire back their shares as best they can, but they might be a bit sloppy about it on purpose. They might actually buy back 80% of all the stock they shorted as easily as they can, as best they can. And then the last 20%, they'll just pay market for it. And they'll run the stock purposely. They'll move it higher. Why would they do that? If they can get the market to $15 or $20 under their terms and conditions, all the options they're buying at 30 cents, 20 cents, 40 cents, 60 cents, a buck, will all be worth multiple dollars each, because they'll all be in the money. And these guys will be offloading call options into the options market. They'll make more money on the call options on the upside move than they're losing on the short position for the last 20% of the stock they have to buy back. That's what I think is going on. This is how I would do it if I were the leader of a gang like these guys. If I was hanging out with a bunch of boys and girls in an offshore bar somewhere where I'm away from the U.S. law, I'd be sitting there going, well, this is how we can manipulate this stock on the New York Stock Exchange. I mean, talk about legit. We're doing it on the NYSE. They're not going to do anything about it. The SEC isn't going to do anything about it, because it's good for business. The brokerage firms are happy taking the commission and the fee, the order flow. They're happy with the order flow. There's liquidity all the time. What's to investigate? So we'll see what's going on. Never a dull moment. Lots to watch, lots to follow. I'll do the best we can with what we have. Again, folks, I'm apologizing here. We have a moron who's all over my channel right now, who's trying to just put all kinds of hate messages on my chat. This happens every month. There's an individual here that has at least 40 to 45 channels, 40 to 45 memberships in my channel, who is trying to come up with just stupid comments and just repeats it again and again. I block them every single time. YouTube does absolutely nothing to make them go away. I get no support from YouTube on this. They take money from me from whenever I get super chats from you. They take their 30% from any membership fees I get, including this guy. But I don't get any support to get rid of this guy. They don't do a damn thing about it, and I have to literally wait for the comments to come up here, and then I have to literally block them out one at a time all along. I'm just glad he's here in the pre-market. He's not here during market because I'm kind of busy during the market. So sorry about that, but I'm trying to get rid of them as much as I can, as best I can. It isn't easy. It used to be a lot easier, but it's not that easy anymore. And so there you have it. Okay, that's what's going on. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're going to have a good day today. I think it's going to be a lot of fun here. Other stocks have moved as well. I've noticed, I had noticed earlier today that a couple of other shares that we're following were looking all right. Let me take a look here. GameStop, first of all, 185.48, up $1.40 in the pre-market, so that's a little bit higher. We're happy about that. ATIP, I don't think we had anything going on. I don't think there's any trades on the pre-market showing at this point. 361 last night, last trade. Cisco, 55.03, up 41 cents, a little better today. Apple, 142.24, up $1.33, so we're a little higher there. Happy about that. Here's another set of messages from this goofball. Here we go. Goodbye. We've got, let's take a look. Any other quotes I can give you here? A Rocket Lab showing 13.48, up 23 cents on 18,000 pre-market. So that's good to see. 23andMe, 7.97, up a couple cents. It got up to like 8.01 or 8.02 maybe. Nothing too much going on there. That's what we got going on with some of our other favorites. Trying to watch what's happening in the markets for us. The big one, of course, Spire and Sofi. Those are the two that are really dominating the show here. Sofi could well break through 20 today, even 21. There is serious volume coming in from the outside. I think we have serious institutional investment coming in, interest coming in on the stock. It's looking very good. And again, I encourage you to watch it closely. Those of you who have options on SoFi, you're going to do well. Your 1250s, your 15s, your 1750s, your 20s are all going to be in the money here if this continues the way it's going, and that couldn't happen to a nicer group of people. What you do with the dough is up to you. If you start selling these options, if you make some nice profits or recouping your original investments, either buying up the stock itself and holding it up for a longer term. If you can score 100 shares or more when you do sell off your options, depending how many you have, you now can be considered becoming an option writer on your SoFi and also on Matterport and hopefully others as they go higher. Speaking of Matterport, let me just take a peek if I can. Hang on one second. I got some more comments here from this goofball I got to get rid of here. Get rid of those and see if that's all current. There we go. Matterport, we did break 20 yesterday, and we're now at 20.50. We're up 37 more cents today on your Matterport. So you might want to look at 22.50 call options that you might want to write for maybe a month or so, depending on what kind of premiums you can get. You're going to have to take a look at the market when it opens up and see what if any kind of premiums might be available to you. Keep your eye open for that. You can always look at writing 20s if you think the stock might do a little profit taking, but this is the second time that the stock has really gone through the 20 level, and it just doesn't seem to want to be backing off, and that's a good sign, really good sign. You might want to take a look at kind of holding out a little while, letting the stock consolidate into this 20 range, maybe 21. Look at 22.50s, maybe look at 25s. Month or two out, keep your eye open for that and bring in some premium money. Thank you very much, Matterport. Thank you very much, SoFi. Thank you very much. Any other stocks that want to go? Spire Global, like I said, this is the wild card. It is a wild play. We're now at 10,000 volume at 634. This kind of stock can jump $2 in 5 minutes. We already know, and we already knew a month ago, this stock would go up $2 in a day with no announcements. It would just go up, and then it would back off like a dollar, and it would come back up a half a dollar. And it would always do this, on less than a couple 100,000 shares. But when it got hacked and got attacked by the offshore gangs, which is what I think is happening here, it got hit big time, and they went after it from 1850 all the way down to the 580 level. And here we are now at this level here. So let's see how it goes. Never a dull moment. We have all kinds of fun coming up. We're now 34 minutes away from the opening. The Dow is up 296. We had S&P up 40, NASDAQ up 160. Oil is up to 81.38. Real good run going on a lot of the markets. On the oil front, again, kids, there is no oil shortage. I will repeat that. There is no shortage of oil. What there's a problem with is with respect to supply chain problems. That's what the energy business is dealing with. That's what computer chips are dealing with. That's what appliances are dealing with. GameStop with some of their games, Microsoft and Sony with their PlayStations. Supply chain problems. And oil and gas has got a supply chain problem. That's all it is. You have so many environmentalists out there who have made it virtually impossible to modernize pipelines, to make them safer than they've ever been. They've always been safe. To get refineries to be improved dramatically hasn't been able to be done. Thank you, Jen. Someone just sent me a donation on PayPal. Thank you for that. It just popped in there. I do appreciate it. We're finding that it's. I think Jen's Toft Flaxguard. Thank you. You're very kind for that donation. I do appreciate it. Nice to know. Nice to know we have friends out there. The oil chain thing, refineries can't get upgraded because it's technically literally impossible to get permitted to be able to improve your efficiencies, and so we're going to have supply chain problems. Certain countries like China are trying to improve their air quality by not burning as much coal. They're trying to get off coal. The problem is that they're growing their economy at the same time they're trying to restrict a certain kind of commodity to produce electricity that they've counted on for years and years and years, and it's not going too well. So there's just all kinds of issues going on out there, one after the other, that is leading up to a chain reaction of possibly higher prices. Tell you though, the pricing of oil can reverse at any time and violently. I wouldn't be surprised if when the correction comes on oil, half of all these gains will be wiped out in a week. You have a $30 gain from the 50s to the 80s. You can give up $15 within a week, no problem whatsoever. This is going to be a serious whiplash. I don't know, however, whether we're going to see it between now and the springtime, because the hype now, there's all this hype. The oil industry is high. It's got all these guys who are trying to hype up the price. They're saying that, with a cold winter, we could hit 100 a barrel. Well, you go to 100 barrel, we could lose $25 in a week on the price of oil. The minute it turns that much. The other 25 will come a month later, and then you lost half your value in like 60, 90 days. And you're going to have bankruptcies. You're going to have oil and gas companies go bankrupt because they're going to leverage themselves up to the yin-yang, which is what they always do when these prices improve like they've been improving. They're all wanting to get production up and sell and sell and sell. They're trying to get in on the game. The problem is that you're trying to sell into a market where the market can't take any more product. The pipelines are full. The storage yards are full. The refineries have got plenty. It's getting it to the customer, the end customer, is where the issues lie. And that's what sort of truck drivers in the United Kingdom, problems in China with regard to reorganizing your entire national power grid. North America, where you're over-regulated to the nth degree, depending on what state you're in, what country you're in. Canada, for example, you cannot get a single pipeline approved for even a 10-mile stretch from these wells to this big pipeline over here. I mean, it's just a nightmare. What can I say? It is what it is. 23andMe, by the way, is up 7 cents to 8.02. Happy to see that. Every little bit is welcome. SoFi right now, $19.71, up 79 cents on SoFi. They don't have to worry about pipelines. They don't have to worry about supply chain issues. They're dealing with fintech financing, the hottest area of finance going forward. The single largest growth area for finance is exactly where SoFi is located. They're in the sweet spot of the future of finance. And they're now being recognized by larger and larger firms as a legit place to put your dough and invest your money. The stock is going to do very, very well. For those of you who've been patient enough to wait it out, we've only just started. We are nowhere near a top on SoFi, nowhere close to a top. 25 to 30 is the next target area for the stock. And then we'll talk from there. So looking good. Those of you who've been able to stick around, I'm really proud of you. I'm really happy for you. You're going to be making money whether you like it or not. You're just going to get richer. And there you have it. Okay. What else is going on? What else is going on? Let's see. A lot of comments coming in here between viewers, which is cool. Thank you, all of you who are members, who are here as members. Thank you, guys. You're the backbone of this channel. Without memberships, this channel really wouldn't have a chance. We would be overrun by the trolls, and I would literally have to shut off commentary and just talk to a camera without reading any of your comments, because I know that without the membership fee, we would just be destroyed by haters. It is absolutely scary how bad it is out there. We're doing what we can. SoFi going to the moon. There you go. We're looking good. Thank you, KN, for the donation. Appreciate it very much so. And let's see what's going on. Like this, sometimes there's nice messages on the screen. Yeah, well, we do the best we can with what we can. What we got. 640 on Spire now, up 24 cents in the pre-market. 12,900 traded. We have 27 minutes to go before we open for trading. 1974 on SoFi, approaching the high of the day here on the pre-market. On 880,000 volume on SoFi, so almost 1 million shares coming through here. Very interesting. And what can I say? We are looking really powerful here today. The banks are doing exactly what I expected them to be doing. This is not a surprise to me. What I'm constantly amazed at is how way off the analysts are when they're calling for estimates on bank stocks. I don't know how these guys keep their jobs. They're 20% off on forecasts. It's a 1 quarter forecast. It's a 90-day forecast. I'm not asking you to tell me how much money you think the bank's going to make 5 years from now. I'm asking you to tell me how much you're going to make in the next 90 days. Why can't you guys get it right? These guys are always off 20%. It just blows my mind. And what can I say? Anyway, the banks are delivering the results they should be delivering, which confirms that the shares of the banks will likely go higher because they're trading at such low PE multiples when you look at the forward estimates coming up yet again, which might even be light, to say the least. Over at Goldman Sachs, one of my favorite stocks, the stock's trading at 7 times earnings. By the time they come up with their earnings, I think, which will be Friday, it'll be tomorrow, they'll come up with their earnings tomorrow. It could be that Goldman Sachs is trading at 4.5 to 5 times earnings. It's ridiculous. It is utterly, utterly ridiculous. It should be so much higher than that. What can I say? We'll see what happens. Goldman Sachs, I think, is a double. I've been calling for it to be a $700 stock within the year. We'll find out what their earnings are tomorrow. But today's earnings from the banks that released, phenomenal, very good numbers, strong growth, and we haven't even got an increase in interest rates yet. This is going to be good. SoFi, of course, hasn't nailed their bank charter yet. Wait for that to come together. Looking good. Cheers, everybody, from your buddy Uncle Bruce. From wherever you are in the world, thank you for hanging out and tolerating this stupid troll that's just hanging around. The troll made me donate more. Thank you, Can. Appreciate it. Doing what we can with this moron hanging around with nothing better to do than to just try to create havoc in the first part of the morning on a really good day. It's funny how some attack us when the markets are having a great day. I don't know what to say. Caesar, good morning to you. Neat. Chicago Transit Authority. We're we're looking good here. Just got another 100 spires, says Eric. Well done. Bruce will have an apple butter bagel today. I can just feel it. Let's get rich, folks. Liz, I love those sentiments right there. It's 1973 on Sofi, 633 on Spire. Bruce rocks. Thank you, everybody. We know we love you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, of course. You guys are fabulous. Yeah, we're looking okay. SoFi is finally getting some decent press. It is starting to get recommended by more and more firms. It's been a while, but it's coming along. Matterport doing great. Spire, I don't know what to think about Spire. I'm waiting for a volume breakout to confirm that the street gets it, because 633 to 639 is where the shares are trading at right now. They're higher, but they're not trading mega volume yet. I'm doing what I can with a tweet here and there. If any of you can do tweets or retweet any of my tweets on Spire, get the word out that this stock is so manipulated on the downside. It's unbelievable. This is an easy triple from here. Just unbelievable. Anyway, there you are. Let's see. What do you see? Okay, Bruce, I know you don't approve of margin trading, but if I can buy Goldman Sachs for $3 a day, upkeep on margin, and have about 70% margin left as a wiggle room, too risky, what say you? Well, if you're able to acquire 100 shares of Goldman and then write options against them, if that's your strategy, great. If you're just looking to buy the stock up in, I don't know how many you're trying to get using margin, and it's not 100 shares, well, you're not able to add income to your income. On the other hand, if you can use margin to acquire an in-the-money call on Goldman, say $40 in the money, $50 in the money, that is good until next spring or summer, and utilize that option as a poor man's covered call option. In other words, you're now going to write short-term contracts against this contract. You can bring income in that way. And if you're using margin to do it, and the shares will, do climb with you, and you're constantly writing contracts ahead of the market, pulling in some premium, and overall, hopefully, the stock rises slow and steady. Your call, the original call you bought deep in the money, of course, will rise in value. You're getting richer, more than offset your cost of margin, and you're bringing in income from short-term contracts. Maybe that's the strategy that'll work for you. I don't know your situation, obviously, and you have to kind of make up your own mind on this one. Yeah, here we go. Anyone have any idea where I can buy Spire stock from the UK, please? Revolt and Free Trade don't appear to have it. That I don't know. That you got to talk to these brokers. Rob says, shaky fry what? Thanks. I can get the chat window to open, but my keyboard closes automatically before I can type anything I'm casting. Not sure what's going on there. Let's see. Lots of comments here as I try to keep up with you guys. Thank you all for being here. We're 21 minutes away. International brokers are doing my head in. They won't approve me for U.S. options trading. Have any UK viewers managed to get this approval? Any tips? And good bagel day, Uncle Bruce. Welcome, Beach Boy. Let's see. Uncle Bruce, I bought 3 months ago SoFi calls, 750 strike, premium, 916 expire 1/20/23. The math does add up because I have it. Jen said never exercise. I want to exercise, I think, because it's 2023 call. Okay, I'm not sure if I get this. Okay, you got a January 23 call. 750 is the premium or exercise price, and you paid 916 for it. Is that the deal? The stock's at 1970. Okay. Something somewhere. I'm not. I'm missing something here. I'm having trouble figuring this out. January 2023. Let me see if I can pull anything up here. You said a 750. 750. I'm showing 1135 to 1150 for bid ask on your contracts. I don't know where you're. I don't know where these numbers are coming from. I don't know what you're talking about here. Strike 750, expiring 2023, and the market is about 11 and a half bucks. And even that is cheap. That to me is undervalued. There's some. Or this is last night's close. Pardon me. I'm incorrect. The market will be even higher than that. I'm looking at a 750 market of 1135 to 1150. That was last night's close. Your stock is up about 80 cents right now. So these contracts should be 80 cents higher. So they're likely now about 1230 to 1240 a piece plus your 750. That would make sense. $20 combined value. So I'm not sure what you're looking to do. If you bought them cheap, you can sell them for a nice gain, or you can hang on to them, let the market ride some more. If it wants to go up another $2 or $3 a share to 22, 23, these will be worth $15, $16. Nice return on your money. I wouldn't exercise them. I'd just sell the contract for cash. My only issue is that I have to sell my 10, 15 Sofi calls to get the cash to buy Spire. Can't sell when it's moving like this. Well, that's the way it is. Sometimes you don't have enough money to buy it all. You got to select where you're going to put your money. On the other hand, you could sell your Sofi call today and buy a December Sofi call instead. Give yourself more time for more upside on the Sofi because you see it moving now. But how much you want to get into Spire is up to you. It's your call. What is your Twitter account so I can follow? I only have my one Twitter account. It's Traveling with Bruce. I set it up 3 years ago. You can find it there. If you do a hashtag Sofi or hashtag Spire, you'll find my postings, especially on Spire, because there are so few other postings out there. Okay, there you go. I'm desperate to buy Spire calls, says Dr. Walter Bishop. Bruce, what's a good percentage split between stock and options for small portfolio? Also, how important is it to stick to that percentage? Nicholas, this depends on the stock, and it depends on your age, depends on your investing philosophy. It depends on how you fund your account. It depends on are you trying to live off your portfolio, or have you got a relatively small portfolio that you run in a very aggressive fashion? Your broker would be the person to guide you through this, but you probably don't have one because most people don't have a broker nowadays. And so you really have to determine, what your risk tolerance level really is. What I've been trying to really encourage many of you to really look into is if it is possible that I can turn you folks into shareholders of these companies and then option writers of these companies, you're going to stick around a while. If you guys are just going to be option players only, you're going to buy call options and try to get the big score, sooner or later, you're going to blow your brains out and lose it all. Because sooner or later, one of those contracts will catch you and you'll be upside down and you'll be wiped out. Where if you're a shareholder, it's going to be a slow motion wipeout if you're wrong. And if you're a shareholder of 100 shares or more of these stocks, you can be option writers. And now you're going to be around a long, long time. And you could really build some serious value, serious equity, and really make a living off this market. Pardon me 1 second, folks. I'm getting real warm in here. Got to take this sweatshirt off. So, there's all kinds of potential to play this market. It's a question of your risk tolerance. What kind of, if you're looking for the lottery win of all time, then you're a call buyer. You're buying calls. And if you're really aggressive, you're going against everything I'm telling you to do, and you're buying short-term calls and you're gambling everything. And you will be here today, gone later today. Sooner or later, I will lose you as a viewer because you'll be broke. Because very few of you will hit the home run. Out of 1,000 of you, there might be one of you that gets lucky. the rest of you will slowly bleed to death. If you're truly an investor, and that's the word, investor, you're going to own stock with some contracts that are way out there in length, and you're going to become an option writer. And if you're going to become an option writer, you're going to be with me a long time, and you're going to make a lot of money. It's not as sexy, though, as buying a contract at 30 cents that has 2 weeks to go and selling it for $3, or buying a contract for 85 cents and selling it for 8.50. Those are sexy trades, and they're exciting as all get up. But unfortunately, they don't happen very often. And generally, when they do happen, they basically cover losses you've already been suffering in other trades, because that's usually the way the pattern works, is that you get a score that takes care of the last 3 mistakes you made, but you made 20 of them, and you still have 17 more to cover up. Eventually, you have no capital left to cover up the mistakes, and you're out of the game. If you're just a call buyer, letting the clock beat you up. Anyway, there it is. Nicholas, I'd like to give you a happier answer. I just want to be realistic for you, though. Anyway, what can I say? What else is going on here? Oh, man, this moron is still coming around here like crazy. I'm doing what I can. Oh, my gosh. I don't know. There's just all kinds of nonsense going on here. Welcome one, welcome all. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. I'm literally not able to keep up with your messages this morning. There's too many of you putting in too many messages, and I'm behind. I'm losing a bunch of them. Plus, I've got this hanging around. Anyway, there you are. Nice sent a $10 donation. Thanks for making me millions, Bruce. Glad you got my donation. Thanks. Thank you for that. Keep it going. What can I say? What do we got here? Here we go. Some more stupid comments from this stupid person. Just never ends. By the way, if you're a fan of the channel, great. If you're a member of my channel, great. But I'm warning you: do not send messages to me one after the other, after the other. If you are, you're just happy to be here and you're doing well and you mean well, I might interpret the same message from the same person 15 times over as a troll, and I'll delete you. I don't want to delete you by accident. It's happened. I try to restore people, but it's not always easy to do. So just, calm down. Help me out here. And we'll keep going forward as best we can. We have 12 minutes to go before we open for business on the market. The Spire's up to 634. It's up 18 cents. Sofi, 1967 right now is the market at the moment. Okay, here we go. Another one of these stupid messages from this stupid person. There you go. Don't put us in jail, Bruce. Don't put us in jail. There you go. I'm doing the best I can. Again, thank you for understanding and helping out. And again, if you can eliminate the troll from your view by blocking them, way to go. I'm doing all I can to block every one of these. But like I said, I think he has 45 to 50 channels that he renews every month. I don't want him here, but I got him, and I just eliminate them as best I can. But YouTube does nothing to block this guy, and I don't know where this guy goes the rest of the month, how much havoc this person creates elsewhere. I have no idea. Anyway, there you are. Uncle Bruce, should we be picking off Spire 50-cent options or buy the stock or both? Spire, buy the stock. That's where I'd be recommending. If you're buying contracts, you want to be buying contracts way out there, like just way out there, into next year, just to give yourself plenty of time for whatever shenanigans are going on here. That's what you want to do. But buying the stock, you have no time limit to worry about, no depreciation to worry about, and it's a cheap piece of paper. If it's a triple, it's a nice little return. So anyway, here's that. Okay. There it is. Buy stock. That's it. Super cheap is Spire. Exactly. Super cheap. Anyway, there it is. What else is going on? We got a 330 gain, 330-point gain on the Dow, looking really good. We're up 42 on S&P. We're up 166 on NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is the big winner, actually, with a 1.1% return right now in the pre-market. We got a 0.98 and a 0.95 return on S&P and the Dow. So they're almost 1 percentage point higher, but the NASDAQ is even higher than the Dow. So it's looking very, very good. Upbeat earnings reports. Inflation be damned, interest rates be damned, doesn't matter. These companies are outperforming the increases in the cost of being in business. And that's a sign of serious strength. But with the Fed behind them, how can they not make money? They're just drowning in capital, absolutely drowning in capital. And like I say, they're going to do well. Anyway, there you go. Sell my house says I got 12 Spire call contracts, 750 expiring February 18. Yeah, February and beyond is where you want to be, I would think. Let's see what's going on. I wouldn't mind being able to write a covered call on Sofi to buy Spire. There you go. Let's see, average cost 127 on my contracts. Fantastic. Yeah, look, guys, looking good. I wrote 19s on Sofi for this Friday. Would you recommend going ahead and rolling those? Yeah, you might have to. Let's see how the stock reacts. Obviously, 1969. We have to see how the stock opens during market hours today. We're now over 980,000 traded. We may start in the mid-19s. We might start in the low 19s. We may run to 20, then back off. There's a psychological thing we have to go through here. We have to see what kind of volume we get. Will it be sustainable? All this stuff, all the psychological crap we're going to have to go through here. On the other hand, Sofi might just open at 1950 and go right to 2050 and right to 2150 in 15 minutes. I don't know. It's possible that could happen. I've seen this happen in my lifetime and others' issues. There's just a lot of new people coming into Sofi who are not used to the stock being $14 to $17 like we are. We've been around for weeks down here, months down here. So for us, being at 1970 is kind of like a new high level when it really isn't. We were $24 4 months ago. Breaking 25 is new ground for this Sofi stock, but we might jump $3 on the opening in the first 15 minutes. I don't know. So stick around. Let's see what happens. Where are we going anyway? You got something else to do? We got nothing else to do. There you go. Matterport having pipe investors set free soon. Will this happen? Well, this is what everyone says about every SPAC ever created. Everyone brings up this point, goes, oh, there's pipe financiers coming up. We're going to, well, if you're a worrywart about it, get out. But I'm not a worrywart about it. I'm not looking at the next week's performance on a stock or the next month's. I'm looking at these 8 companies that I found that used to be SPACs that are now independently trading companies. And I think that these guys all have a plan to build their corporations much, much larger than they are now, and that these prices are irrelevant. All the prices of all these stocks right now is irrelevant a year from now. You're going to be so much richer if you can hang around and enjoy the show. And if I can turn you folks, if I can get half of you guys to stick around and start writing call options against these shares, you can have these shares generate income to you for years and years and years. And you can really build a portfolio that you can sink your teeth into. That's what I'm hoping will happen. Again, if you think I'm here just to make you rich on one trade, you're on the wrong channel. I'm not that guy. I can't deliver that. Once in a while, we get lucky. Sure, who doesn't get lucky once in a while with a stock? If you play enough stocks, you'll get one that's a flyer. But the reality is you got to grind a living out of this market. You got to earn your way out of this market to make a living. And you've got to be smarter than the other half of the players who you're up against, because 100% of the players out there, you got to be in the top half to be a winner. And if you can be in the top 10%, you could really do well. And that is what I'm trying to help you out with here, is to get you into the top 10% so that you can do really, really well. But the pipe thing, forget about this. Don't beat yourself up on it, because people will say, oh, well, the last time the pipe thing happened, the stocks went down. Well, like I said before, it only works until it doesn't work anymore. And sooner or later, that strategy doesn't work anymore because too many people read in the same thing and the market goes the complete opposite direction. You're either an investor or you're a flipper. And if you're a flipper, I can't help you. If you're an investor, stick around and enjoy the show. That's all I can say. I don't want to be harsh, but got to be realistic here. It's plain English, folks. We got to be investors, not flippers. It's sexy, though. God, is it ever sexy being involved in a stock that takes off and makes you a bunch of, oh, it's great. It's great. Yeah, sure it is. But, it's pretty sexy 3 years down the road to say, you know what, I started with $5,000 and I'm now sitting at 50. Or I was at 35,000 2 years ago. I'm now at 78,000. Or I was at 55,000 when I started. I'm now at 400,000. That's sexy, and that lets you sleep at night too. I tell you, that's the way it is. This work thing sucks, though. Says smoked dog. It sucks. Too much fun. Oh man. Anyway, you play the market the way it works for you. It's your money. It's your account. I'm just here to tell you in plain English what I see going on. You got to decide how it works for you. By the way, SoFi 1980-81 right now. Way to go, SoFi. It wants to go to 20. It really does. Can it go there? Good. It could. Just wants to go there before the pre-market. Quite amazing how it's running along here. All right. Work is for the birds. I just want to be an investor who flips from time to time. Yeah. I want to be one of those hardworking investors that gets lucky with a big lottery win. That's all I want. Is that too much to ask, Bruce? I mean, come on. I'll work with you, but can you give me a stock that goes up 10 times in value overnight? Can you give me one of those once in a while? I'll leave you alone after that. I promise. I won't bother you. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Too much fun. Nice. I try my best when people are jerks in channels like yours, but man, relax. Buy the stock. It's not hard not to gamble, girls. Oh man. Uncle Bruce Mazinga reporting that SoFi was the third most talked about stock on Wall Street Bets Wednesday. There you go. Have you heard about the bird? Yeah. Farragut, I bought 5 ATIP call options for February 2022 at in the money, 250 strike price. Now you're talking. Yeah, if you can afford those, that is good stuff. That laugh is too infectious. Can't help but start laughing. Oh man. If GameStop goes below 180 again, I will kick in more, but and borrow $5,000 on margin to get 100 for call right. Whenever you're ready. Fenwell, yes, but he said he doesn't care about the price a week or a month out. Do what we can. 2-minute warning, Larry. Get ready, buddy. We're ready. We're ready to roll. 2 minutes, and we're opening up for trading. It's about to happen. Oh boy. Oh boy. 1 minute 30 seconds to go, according to CNBC over there on my TV. Welcome all to Thursday, October the 14th. Where we got a good market going here. We have an up market on a whole bunch of stocks today. Of course, the Dow is up 315 on the pre-market. We'll see what it does on the real market. We're up 39.75 on S&P. We're up 149 on NASDAQ. Oil's up 77 cents a barrel to 81.21. That's what's going on. 1979 on SoFi right now, up 88 cents on the pre-market. 1.1 million traded so far. Waiting for Larry to hit the bell for us. We're just about to start this market off. We're coming into the last 30 seconds. They're about to start clapping their hands over there. See what's going on. Oh, man. By the time you read this message, I'll have already written it. Oh, man. I bought Rocket Lab calls yesterday, so there it is. Don't hate me. I just like the stonk. Oh, my goodness. Donate blood, kids. It's good for you. Oh, boy. Here we go. They're clapping over there on the markets. They're clapping. There's Larry. Larry is ringing the bells. It's official. Larry's here. The markets are up and running. We're into it. We're moving. We're going forward. What will our shares do today? I've got SoFi sitting at 1980 on the first trade, on 1.7 million first cross on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Let's see if this does much more than that. It's right now 1953, 59. It's all over the place. Rocket Lab up 15 cents to 13.40. GameStop 184.65 up 59 cents. Let's see, a couple of more stupid comments from a stupid person. There we go. We've got GameStop up 59. We've got Matterport at 20.25 up 12. 23andMe at 7.99 up 4. Smart Rent down a dime at 11.89. Spire 6.42 up 26 cents on 58,000 shares. 6.42 right now on Spire. ATI piece 363 up 2.5. Sextera down 2 pennies, 8.99. Early quotes are just coming through as we watch this market and see what's going on here. So much fun. Spire, here we go. Let's go, baby. Morning, gang. I just walked into Bruce's anger management. Thanks for the great bell today, Larry. You did a great job. 2.3 million on SoFi. Morning, Shilling. Another moron comment from the moron. There we go. Goodbye. Look at that attack on the bell. Never a dull moment, kids. Thank you, everybody, for being here and hanging out. Rocket Lab 13.43 up 18 cents. SoFi 19.38 up 46 cents. SoFi Now volume 2.58 million. GameStop up 79. Matterport 2022 up 9. ME 797 up 2. Smart Rent up a dime. Spire up 24 to 640. Volume on Spire now 78,700 or so. Spire 640 up 24 cents. Wow, look at Spire, and it can do so much more. It can do so much more. Let's see what happens, kids. SoFi 1942. The Dow up 382 points. S&P, it looks like a 40. Let me refresh everything and just double check. Yeah, 340, 383 on the Dow. 41 on S&P, 138 point move on NASDAQ. Oil up 72 cents. So, yeah, we got a good one going here. SoFi 1948 last trade. The range 1933 to 1981 at the moment, as it is sort of figuring out what it's going to do. SoFi volume is now 2.855 million, almost 3 million shares in 3.5 minutes. Rocket Lab 1342 up 17 cents. Rocket Lab volume 92,000 up 17 cents. Get that over there. GameStop up 40 cents. Matterport 2002 down 11. 23andMe unchanged at 7.95. Smart Rent down 9 cents. Spire now 6.29 up 13 on 95,600 shares. It'll be see if it gets hit with any short selling vim and vinegar there. Time to get rid of another moron comment there. One more. Out they go. Thank you for hanging around, folks, and enjoying the opening. Let's see if we can get us richer today. AMC is up 50 cents a share to 38.42. Robinhood up 41. Vanek Vectors is looking good. 258 up 540. Came out, I think it was Taiwan Semiconductor. Record third quarter profits were reported. Just firing on all cylinders over there. Home Depot up 284. IBM up 84 cents to 141.60. The Dow up 409 points at 34,997. Putting that in context, the all-time high for the Dow, 35,631. So we're 900 or so points away from a record on the Dow, even though it's up 400 now, okay? What else is going on here? Here we are. Gregory is saying my 10 SoFi calls for December I bought at 125 each are looking very, very good. Thanks, Uncle B. Way to go, Gregory. Glad to see this happening. We're at 1956 now, 1958 on SoFi, climbing again on another little run here. Very good. AMC's on fire, says Maastricht. Is it really? AMC's up 47 cents. That ain't fire. It's okay. It's not fire. Anyway, apparently I'm a fraudster and a swindler. There you go. Dow's up 400 points, and I'm a fraudster. There you go. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Moving on. Where else are we at now? Microsoft is up 263 to 298.94. Apple up $1.23 to 142.14. Tesla's up $4.73 to $815 a share. Bed Bath Beyond down 12. BlackBerry up 17 to $9.98. Royal Caribbean up 96 cents to 87.69. It's only up 97 cents. Goldman up $1.44. Hasn't taken off yet. The earnings come out tomorrow, so we'll watch for that. That is sort of the latest on some of our faves. Let's get back to the top of the page here. 1330 on Rocket Lab, definitely underperforming right now. Up a nickel, but not up enough. Sofi 1947, 1953 is the bid ask right now. 3.64 million traded in 6 minutes. Spire is moving, they say. 638 up 22 cents on 135,000 shares. Time for Spire to take a shot. Let's see here. B Fitz is saying, Uncle Bruce, could it be a sell on the news deal on SoFi at earnings again? Could it be wise to profit, take a bit on the calls, and runs ahead of the earnings? I think SoFi is headed to 25. That's where I think it's going. It's 1946. I don't care what the earnings are. No one's expecting profits. No one. They're not going to be in a profit position yet. They're growing their base, their client base. They're growing their gross income coming in the door. All that is positive. That's what this stock's doing right now. It's growing on that. Earnings are like a next year thing before we see earnings. That's not what the stock's trading on. The stock's trading on all kinds of other factors. And so 25 a share, I think, is doable. You can try to trade it in and out, but you're playing with fire because this stock has been moving in pennies so far from the 13.50, 14 range to now 19.30. It's been moving in pennies. Once it starts moving in quarters, that's where you could be in trouble if you get caught on the wrong side because it might move $4 on you in one day and you're going to go, oh, shoot. I had 10 contracts. I just kissed off $4,000 on 10 contracts. So be careful on that. Let's see. Uncle Bruce, I bought 2250 SoFi months ago when it was still an IPOE. Break even is 25.38. You think it'll be profitable? It was getting really worried until this week when it started turning around. Again, your transaction will be could be profitable. I can't guarantee that, but the stock is certainly moving the right direction. You're up $6 on this stock now in about a month. In the last week and a half, $4 or $5 move. There's more coming. There's a reason why Morgan Stanley calls it a $25 stock. This is going higher. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But, they don't go straight up. That's the thing about stocks. They go up the way they fluctuate. You know how it is. It's human emotion, up and down. 186 now on GameStop, up $1.94. That's going up. 1941 on SoFi, 1329 up 4 cents on Rocket Lab. Matterport down a quarter right now, 1988, driving me nuts. ME is unchanged. Smart Rent down 9. Spire 626 now, up a dime on Spire. 156,000 shares, high today, 645, just after the opening. Okay. What else is going on? Let's see. Here we go. 130,000 volume on Spire, first 5 minutes. Not too bad for stock. Hardly anybody talks about. There's a lot of call options on SoFi at 19 and 1950 for this Friday. Let's see. This is the key. Most stocks we follow here are growth companies. Let's see. What's going on over there? Hang on. Another comment. Stupid comment over there from that moron. SoFi might be filling the gap after hours. It'll shoot back up. I think Spire might struggle to get the momentum. It's not listed on a lot of the popular brokers. Let's see. Sadly, I bought 2250s and $30 call options back when the stock was in the 22 range. Down badly. Let's see what's going on here. Leon McBean, hang in there, buddy. Life has gotten on top of me. I can only check in here twice daily. Hang in there, man. Hang in there. Let's see. Let's see. Do you like the ATIP? I love the ATIP. Here we go. 4.5 million shares, 10 minutes. Pretty good stuff. Appreciate it, Bruce. Bruce, also 320 units of SoFi outright. Let's go here. Here we go. Apparently, I'm doing a Ponzi scheme now. Okay, there we go. Moving on. Get rid of that. And there it is. Okay. Thank you for being here. Matterport 1986, ME 793, Smart Rent 1174. We got Spire 631 up 15 cents again. ATIP up a nickel 366. Cyxtera down 12 cents. IBM up 71 cents. The Dow up 300 points. Microsoft up $1.80. Apple up 122. Tesla up $6. Royal Caribbean up only 38 cents. The cruise lines are starting to turn negative again. 13.29 up 4 on Rocket Lab. And we're at 19.52 on Sofi now. We're ahead 59 cents a share right now. Looking good. Looking good. Keep it going, guys. Looking good. There we are. All right, moving on. Here we go. Baked Baking says, I could get a few bucks per share writing a GameStop covered call for this Friday between current price and like $10 over 190 strike 310 premium isn't bad. No kidding. Yeah, you can write 190s. You could write 185s. They're in the money at the moment, but they die tomorrow. If the stock stays under 185, they'll die worthless. If you can get enough for premium. Otherwise, you can write for next Friday or the Friday after and write 185s or 190s and bring in some real nice premiums. Try to shrink those in. And let's go. 1957 now on Sofi, coming on again. Volume on Sofi showing 4.87 million. High today, 1981. Low of 1930. So we have a 51 cent range. We're at 1952 right now. Okay, 1952 right now. All right. There we go, another one of those. Let's see here. Here we go. Get that guy out of there. And go Sofi, go. Exactly. Go Sofi, go. 1951 right now. All right. Rocket Lab up a nickel at 13.30. GameStop up 270 to 186.76. Looks like there's a huge short position at 1950 on Sofi, says Nazareth. GameStop up 258. Matterport 1989. ME unchanged. Spire 628 up 12 cents. 196,000 shares of volume coming in on Spire. We have a little higher volume than lately. Definitely moving in. The stock is definitely creeping up. Get rid of this guy if we can. Another message, another one of those out of there. Unbelievable. Let's go. Anyway, there you have it. Never a dull moment here. 1957 on Sofi, getting stronger. Looking great. The Dow up 370 again, just gained 70 points. S&P up 45, NASDAQ up 170, oil up 56 cents a barrel. Big market moves today, really strong markets. There we go. Okay, out with that guy. There we go. Bruce, I'm up about $7,000 on my Spire options. I think it'll let it ride for a while. Good deals so far. Let's see what's happening here. Well, let's say Friday it closes at 7:51. The Spire, would that be enough to trigger that run up, or does it be more like 10? Well, 751, that it's not going to make a difference to the 750 contracts. I mean, obviously, they're virtually worthless. That'll screw up $5 contracts, probably sixes. I'm not sure exactly which ones they've written other than 750s. I know they've written beyond that for sure. Obviously, if the shares go higher, every dollar they go up is millions lost. I mean, just millions lost. And it just gets more expensive to get these shares back that they've used to crush the market in the first place. The share price right here is the key to everything. If these shares reach $850, $950 by tomorrow, these guys will have kissed off tens of millions of dollars in potential profits they thought they had. Because all week long they were looking at this stock going, we got this thing by the short and curlies. We dominate this thing. We're just gods here. Can do no wrong. We've got it under 750. No one is going to run at it, and all these contracts are going to die worthless. This is fabulous. Well, it's not. It might not happen, and that is the the wild card here that we're watching here. With what's going on. It's now 6:34. It is still a few dollars away from causing damage to these guys, but it isn't 580 like it was yesterday afternoon. So it has improved a bit, but it needs a couple of dollars. Definitely needs a couple of dollars from here. No question. All right. There we go. Spire volume now 213,000. It's a good sign. It's a good sign to see some volume coming in here. 1942 on Sofi. Still at 50 cents a share. Dow up 372. S&P up 44. NASDAQ up 161. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Larry, how you doing, buddy? Welcome from Apple Valley. Nice to have you here. It's good to see you. There we go. Richard is saying that I think that the SoFi is going to close above 20. It's higher volume day, and a lot of financials are reporting positive news this week. Hopefully, the momentum continues into earnings and charter news. I'm with you there. I wrote 2 Rocket Lab covered call puts, 2 puts. I wrote 2 puts expiring April in 23, strike of 23. When and if they go above the strike before, do I buy back and then exercise? Questions being, does exercise mean I have them above 23 price? Greg, you're not going to do that. What you're going to do is you're going to buy them back eventually at a lot less money than you got for them. That's all you're going to do. You're not going to exercise anything. Now, if someone actually forces you to be exercised, so be it. You'll buy them. You got the difference between what you paid for them versus the premium you got versus what you can get for them. You'll make money, and you can take on a new position. Literally, you could turn around and rewrite the same contract all over again and dare them to exercise you again. But your game plan here is the shares of this stock go up to $18 or $20 a share in the next few months. You can buy these puts back for less than half of what you sold them for. And that is the point of the entire exercise, is to make money on the transaction. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Let's see. AMC apparently up $1.12. AMC right now up 101 to 38.92. Let's see. Yeah, Gregory, you can buy back anytime you want. Let's say Rocket Lab hits 21 December. You can buy back your put for really cheap. Keep the change. Lots of it. Let's see here. Spire is moving, says Alexander. Right now it is 655 on Spire. High of the day, 657. We're moving. 277,000. Spire is beginning to move. The squeeze might be on the Spire shares. This could well be it. If these guys are short, between what they shorted and on the contracts, if they're short 20 million shares, every dollar is 20 million bucks that's going to cost these guys. This thing goes up 15 bucks a share. It's a $300 million loss that ends up in your pocket. Take a share of that. Spire broke 650, says AB. No heavy volume yet, but here we go. Exactly. It won't take much to run this market. It really won't. 658 right now. That's the high of the day on Spire right at this second of time. 1933 on SoFi right now. 94 cents more, and we've got some excitement. I remember the good old days a month ago when Spire would bounce around in one day. What the current stock price is unbelievable on Spire, that is. Fenville, I'm sitting on GameStop, 185 and 200 covered calls expire tomorrow, and dare them to be assigned. I'm not going to do a dang thing. Go Spire, go, says Oscar. Oh, today's going to be fun. We're on Spire now at 659. High of the day, 661 is the high of the day now, 325,000. Spire is on the move, and it is so over shorted, overcooked. This thing can have a one handle in front of it. It could be 1659 in a day or two. It's that overcooked. It's unbelievable. No regulator anywhere watching over this thing, from what I can tell you. Crazy. Let's all just buy Spire at the market. No squabbling over pennies. 664 on Spire now, up 48 cents. 664 last trade. 336,000 shares traded. Spire is on a roll right now. It's moving. 1936 on Sofi. 1937. The Dow is up 346. S&P up 44. Nasdaq up 173. And Spire is moving. I wrote a GameStop cover call to open the weekend, bought it back a few hours later with a $124 profit. If I had waited even a day longer, that number would have doubled or tripled, laughing out loud. That's how sometimes it works. But you take a profit, you make a profit, and get ready for your next trade. That's what you do. Spire, 658, up 42 cents. High today, 664. 357,000 volume now on Spire. Just got 587 more Spire, says Christina. 658. 1936 on Sofi, up 44. We're up 2 cents on Rocket Lab. GameStop now down 28 cents, 183.78. Matterport, 1980 down 33. ME down a nickel at 790. Smart Rent up a nickel to 11.94. Spire jumped again up to 664 now, up 48 cents. Spire's moving again at the high of the day, 387 plus thousand traded. ATIP up 3.5, Sextera up 7, AMC up 92, Robinhood up 39, Vanek Vectors up 571, Home Depot up 219, IBM up 134, the Dow up 324. Got a good market going here. Very interesting day. We're down 1 penny on Rocket Lab. We're at 1939 on Sofi. Spire 663, up 47 cents. I'm loving my buy at 580 today, 580 yesterday. Let's go Spire. Patience, Danielson, patience. Uncle Bruce, based on how you've been talking about Spire the past 2 days, in your opinion, is this similar to what GameStop went through last year when then exploding like it did in January, or is this a separate anomaly? We don't have 70 million shorted, so it's not the same. We don't have the entire float of the company shorted that I know of. But I could be wrong. The derivative side of it could be just ridiculous. I don't know that. But what we do know is there was unusual option activity weeks ago, and it's coming home to roost. Tomorrow is option expiry day. There's a volatility factor here that could run this market unbelievably just between now and Friday, tomorrow, let alone next week, because these guys who are trying to suppress this market are starting to get crushed right now by the street. This stock's almost up $1 from yesterday when I mentioned it again at 580. We're at 662. We're 18 cents away from $1 run in less than, 2.5 hours of trading? 665 now, so only 15 cents away from a $1 move already on this thing. I mentioned it with an hour to go. We were in the 580, 90 range, something like that. Watch out. 416,000 volume. That means we did about 500,000 yesterday in the last hour and a half, and 500,000 now. So almost 1 million shares have traded in the last 3 hours of actual market trading. This is moving. There's definitely movement here. You cannot ignore it. You can't just wave it away. There's something seriously happening here, and it's looking good. Okay, there it is. Welcome. Good morning, Bagel family. Let's squeeze some fresh Spire juice. Come on, baby. Let my Spire. Odds are that Spire gets hammered later on after it takes a little run up. I don't know about that. Let's see. Yes, British. Think what you want. I'm talking about it. I'm up $50 on those $10 Spire calls I bought for like $60. So I'm doing all right here. You're almost double your money. Spire 659 right now, 43 cents. Bruce, if Spire squeezes, I'm driving to Palm Springs with fresh bagels from the bakery, toasted, slap it with Welch's grape jelly, vacuum your Tesla, wash and wax it, and get Jen a spa package just to start things off. There you go. I'm tempted to write a put on Spire for tomorrow. Interesting. Look at that. 700 people only 300 thumbs ups. Non-thumbs uppers, if you want people to hear about the new summer action flick starring Uncle Bruce Willis, smash that like button. Please do hit the like button. Help us out. Get this channel exposed. The more people that find us will find out all about Spire. They'll find out all about Sofi. They'll find out all about Matterport. They'll find out all about GameStop. That would be good for these shares, I would think. So, and we'll do what I can. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We do have 377 thumbs ups already, and I do appreciate it. We're now trying to hit 400 thumbs ups here as quick as possible. Maybe we can get to 500. Thank you for the momentum, everybody. We do appreciate it. We're going to have some fun here. I'll tell you, 660 on Spire. What a run. We were at 580 with an hour and a half to go yesterday. We're really moving. 403 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Just like a hot knife through soft butter, we got 400 thumbs ups and more. 404 now, and they're coming on. Thank you, all of you, for stepping up and helping out this channel with a thumbs up. That really helps a lot. I appreciate it. 1947.48 on Sofi now. Spire, $6.62. High today, $6.67. Really looking good here. Definitely catching on. It is the most manipulated, oversold, mother of all short squeeze stocks going right at the moment. Certainly from a percentage point of view, this could be an easy triple by tomorrow. I don't know if it'll happen, but it could happen. But through next week, are we into something here? 665 now on Spire as it continues to come on. We're up almost 8% on the stock today. Sofi up 57 cents, up 3% to 1949 right now. The Dow up 355 points, S&P up 44, NASDAQ up 173. We got a really good market going here. Spire Global just got attacked. It's now at 641. It just got hit by somebody. You got to wonder if these shorters are panicking and are going to try to snail this thing. 651 right now. The battle royale might be happening right now on Spire. We're volume now of 517,000, 651 last trade, high of 667. We've got a war going on here. I know for a fact, there are people who do not want this stock to reach 750. They do not want that to happen by tomorrow. That would spell economic gloom and doom for people who are probably sitting offshore trying to hammer this market down. 649 right now is the market on this stock, still up 33 cents on the day. Will there be another wave to take them out? And is this buy wave going to crush these guys? Because if these guys get crushed, we're talking at least 300 million in losses, maybe substantially more than that. Oh, are we having fun here today? Fun till Daddy takes the T-bird away is what it's all about. Never a dull moment. Unbelievable. Thank you for being here, following this channel, tolerating this moron we have going on today. We've had a goofball here all morning trying to create havoc. Might be taking a bit of a nap here. Cheddar, thank you. Bruce, so are we starting to, in your opinion, small amounts of covering Aspire? Is this always tough? But tell you what you think. We'll see. We're going to run around here. 650 on Spire now. Let's go. Here we are. Zach says, the post I made on Reddit about Spire a couple days ago got 2 responses yesterday that included your Spire video from last night. Uncle Bruce, the bagel heads are everywhere. And 2 more thumbs ups for you. Thanks, John. Let's see. Hey, my first super chat. Sorry for being so cheap. It's all good, my friend. It all adds up. Up my position from 400 shares Aspire to 2,200 yesterday. I'm up 7%. If you've got calls far out on Spire in the money, Feb Plus, should you try to get a quick double, or should you look at selling your calls for 3 times or 4 times? How to avoid getting slaughtered? Like I say, just watch the volume on the stock, watch the performance on the stock. If it starts moving, it could accelerate higher, faster. 652 now. We're back up there again to 652. Waiting for a nice dip on Sofi to get more contracts at 15 strike January, using the profits to buy stocks for the long term. Let's see. Go Spire, go Matterport and Rocket Lab. Why do you do me this way? Uncle Bruce, let them hit it. My dry powder is ready. Lock your doors, Uncle Bruce. Stay safe. Uncle Bruce. I have three $19 covered calls on Spire expiring tomorrow. I want to get exercise, laugh out loud. Calls on Spire, rent entirely unreasonable for May or February. I have a look at 6s and 750s. Let's see. I still have those 50 Spire at 727 when I tested out the buy button the other day. Almost breaking even on this thing. Liking the, we're by the way, 658 on Spire. We're climbing again. Liking the 5 Spire calls. February $6 strikes I bought for 110 yesterday. Thinking of buying a couple of hundred shares of Spire. Also, just wondering if there's a small pullback first. Posted on your Spire video on several Reddit groups. Hopefully that helps get the word out. There you go. That's what I'm wondering. 658 on Spire, up 41 cents. Just jumped up like 9 cents in the last 5 minutes after this little attack. 1961 on Sofi. We're only down 20 cents on the day from the high of the day on Sofi. We're coming back on again. The Dow up 355, as S&P up 47, NASDAQ up 179. The only calls I'm having are with my mama, says Liz. Melissa, thank you for joining us as a new member. Love having you on board. Welcome, new members. The backbone of this channel are members. You guys are my backbone. Picked nose. Uncle Bruce, if Spire squeezes the next few trading days, it'd be pretty tempting just to sell the stock. Do you still recommend writing calls on this scenario like this? Oh man, if you can write calls on your Spire, they break $20 and you can write calls. Oh, that's a home run of home runs. Absolutely, because the stock isn't going to go back to 6. Not going to go back to 6. I mean, it's going to go higher. Bruce Mann, who are Matterport's biggest competitors? Is there a Pepsi or there? No, there's nothing. They are by far the number one company in this space, all by themselves. San, hi Bruce. Do you think it's a good idea to buy SoFi shares on margin? I'm worried about the interest I'd have to pay. I wouldn't recommend margin just for the sake of margin only. The only time I really recommend you use margin is if you can try to get up to 100 shares of a stock to start writing options on it, which will then pay the margin off quickly, especially something like GameStop. That's what I recommend. Thumbs up for Uncle Bruce and Spire. We're all well prepared since the GME days. They should know better. 652 on Spire. Nick S. Might have renewed membership or is brand new. Welcome to the channel, new member Nick S. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. You and Melissa adding to the backbone of this channel. I do appreciate it very much. Fresh 100 shares of Spire in my stick. Bring it, baby. Bryce, if you haven't given today's stream a thumbs up yet, then why the face are you even here? I mean, come on. Thank you, everybody. 452 thumbs ups. I do appreciate this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. George, thank you for being a member too. Joining in here. Great stuff, man. Appreciate it. Some of my messages are just not getting through quite right now. A little behind here, doing what I can to stay up with the messages. Everybody, thank you so much for being here and supporting this channel. George Manassas, thanks, man. Glad you're here. Yeah, we're running here. We're at 652 on Spire. We're at 1962 on SoFi. SoFi is definitely improving again, within 20 cents of its high of the day, up 70 cents on the day. Will we break 20? It could happen at any time. It really could. You just never know. Let's see. What else is going on? SoFi and Matterport shoulder to shoulder again. First one to get to 25 wins. There you go. Matterport 1959, SoFi 1962. ME 794 unchanged. GameStop down 8 cents. Smart Rent down 3. Spire 654 up 38 cents. Volume on Spire 581,900. 500,000 shares traded on Spire this morning. What can this stock do? It is so overshorted. It's ridiculous. Let's see what happens. Let's go from there. Stan, you gotta, it's your call, man. It's your dough. You make decisions what you want to do. But bringing in money from option writing is always a good thing. That's my mantra. Anyway, where are we at now? SoFi 1961. The Dow up 388. S&P up 54. NASDAQ up 199. Spire 655 up 39 cents. High today for Spire 667. That's 12 cents away from a new high. Maybe we're climbing towards another one. I don't know. Rocket Lab is up 2 cents again to 13.27. GameStop down 32 cents. That's where we're at right now, you guys. never a dull moment. Isn't it something? Now the troll is gone. Good morning, family. Hi, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. When she wakes up. And there you go. What did Bruce say about doing it? Again, I wouldn't just buy on margin to have the stock only. I would only buy on margin to write call options. That's really the only reason I recommend it. Just get yourself to a 100 level and then write calls and pay that margin off from premiums. That's how I'm thinking about anti-PC. My account is green today. I'm up almost $1,000. Way to go. Let's see. What else? I bought Sofi, 2250 strike, January 22 calls. I'm up 30% at this point. Going to be a good cash in when January hits. Sofi, 1957. The Spire, 660 again. Spire coming on. I'm back, Uncle Bruce. Nick, welcome, buddy. Welcome. I knew you were. I recognize the name. You've re-upped it. I'm glad you're here. 1958 on Sofi now. 656 to 660 on Spire. Both moving higher. GameStop going higher now. 184.76. Uncle Bruce, I'm up $106 on my 450 Spire shares. Should I sell now? Just kidding. Nice. Andy PC says, Oscar. Okay, guys, I'm back. My granddaughter FaceTime me. What did I miss? Let's see. It's only going to go higher when Sofi hits 25. We're going to need Yoko here. When will the FDA approve my sends to run? Patience is making my hair turn white. I have no idea what that is. 1955 on Sofi, up 63 cents. We're up 4 on Rocket Lab. GameStop up 63. Matterport at 1950, down 63 cents. We were over 20 all morning this morning, and now we're negative. It just drives me nuts. ME down a penny. Smart Rent down 4. Aspire at 658, up 42 cents. ATIP up 2 cents, and Sextera unchanged. AMC up 84 cents to 38.75. Robinhood up 15. Vanek up 5.17. Home Depot up $4. IBM up $1.78 to 142.54. The Dow up 382. Microsoft up 450 to 300 a share again. Apple up 224 to 143. Coming on. Tesla up 479. BlackBerry up 2. Bed Bath Beyond up 2. BlackBerry up 30. Royal Caribbean holding a 50-cent gain, but only 50 cents. Goldman down 350 a share. Amazon up 26 bucks, Facebook up 5, Alphabet, which is Google, up $58. We got JP Morgan down a quarter. We've got Cisco up 84 cents to 55.44. Looking good on Cisco, coming on strongly. Earnings, I'm sure, are coming in phenomenally for Cisco. Don't be surprised when Apple reports phenomenal numbers next week. It should be unbelievable. It's next week or the week after. 1958 on Sofi. Spire 652. Both holding gains. Both looking good. Good morning, Bruce and Jen from Sharon. Good morning. No, not Yoko, says Liz. Please, no, not that. What can we say? Let's go. Why the face, Matterport? What's up here? Bruce, if I write a covered call that is in the money, does it expire worthless or do I owe the value? Well, if you're going to write a call that's in the money, let's say GameStop is trading at right now 185. Let's say you're going to write a 180 call on GameStop, good for a month. The contract is $5 in the money. You're going to have to buy it back to not get exercised eventually. Obviously, you'll get more than $5 in premium, though, if you were to write it today. If it's good for a month and it's 5 in the money, you might bring in 20 bucks in premium total, of which 5 is book value, 15 is time premium. If the stock is exactly where it is now, a month from now, the calls will be worth $5 each. The $15 time premium, that's in your pocket. You'll just buy the calls back for $5 and keep the 15 additional. Thank you. Larry, Uncle Bruce always has the spirit of Yoko in him. Let her sing. Cisco's kid is a friend of mine. I'm so sleepy this morning, but Sofi is giving me the power to continue, says Coyote. Power of the children, says Zach. Oh, my goodness. 1947 on Sofi, up 55 cents. Rocket Lab is up 7 cents now to $13.32. GameStop up $1.14 to $185.20. Matterport still down 64 cents. ME down 3 cents. Smart Rent up 9. Spire, 654, up 38 cents. Volume on Spire, 636,000 shares. what is going to happen on Spire as the day wears on and tomorrow with option expiry. Is Spire taking a pause and getting ready for another shot? What is it going to do? Will the shorters be able to stop this thing from going up, or will they lose control of it? And will it just free run? And will it just do an AMC and a GameStop, double or triple in value in a couple of days? It can happen. I've seen it before. We are way oversold on Spire. Serious short issues there. Sofi higher than Matterport. What is going to happen with the market? So much to watch, so much to follow. 650 up 34 on Spire. It's 1949 now on Sofi. Matterport 1950 a share. The Dow up 380, S&P up 53, and Nasdaq up 200 points. That's 1.4% on Nasdaq today. A big move higher. That's a power move, and that is why you can see Microsoft up $4+ a share, having a 445 gain to $300. Apple up 213. Look at the other FANG stocks. We've got Amazon up 25, Facebook up 4, Google up $58 a share. I mean, we got some movement here on some serious stocks. Very interesting. Up a nickel on Rocket Lab to 13.30, up 60 cents now on SoFi 19.52. SoFi volume now 9.34 million on the day. GameStop up $2 again, coming on. Matterport still down 56, and Spire 652 up 36 cents, coming on right now. What is happening, socials? What's going on? We got movement. We've got movement on some of our favorites. Will SoFi break 20 today? That is the big question. We're at 1950. It can happen. It could happen. Will it, though? I don't know, but it could. If it were to break 20, would it go right to 21? Because once it breaks that psychological barrier, the thinking now is mid-20s, and you got to wonder if this is the beginning of a run. We'll be here. I would love to see it hit 23 today. Make you folks a ton of money today. That'd be just delightful. 1951.52 on SoFi, and Spire 652 a share. We were at 580 yesterday afternoon with an hour and a half to go. We're now at 652 in the first hour and a bit. Not even an hour, 45 minutes of trading. This has been a real run here so far. If Spire gets to 749, then slam back to 6, can we have an SMWB standout outside New York Stock Exchange? Oh man, I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what to say. Try to rally, Coyote. I feel you. I only got out of bed on time because I saw SoFi was up in the PM. I missed that 2-gun dance that used to do there, Bruce. NBC, do it for SoFi, would you, please? Oh, man. SoFi, 1948, and Spire, 648 right now on those two shares. 396-point gain on the Dow. We're almost at 400 again. Really climbing strongly here, up 56 on S&P and 210 on Nasdaq. We're up 399 on the Dow, about to break the 400 barrier. Getting stronger. Jen is up and about. How are you this morning, Jen?
I'm good. How are you?
Busy. Really, really busy here. We got stuff going on. We got Spire going up again today. It's now at 648, up 32 cents on 600,000 shares. Spire's had a real run this morning. 658,000. Spire is moving. And we're watching SoFi trying to hit 20. It's at 1947, up 55 cents. And the Dow is up 403 points. The bank earnings are coming in super strong today.
Yeah.
So I have a suspicion tomorrow might be a good day for Goldman Sachs.
To no one's surprise, the banks are making earnings.
Making money. Banks know how to make money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The obscene profit banks.
Never a dull moment. We went to Sherman's Deli yesterday, and we picked up some more bagels over at Sherman's Deli. They're awful darn good.
Did you tell them what you had?
No, I was going to tell the story. We went in to have a bite to eat, kind of an early dinner thing, and I love what's called their beef and latkes. They take two potato pancakes. and they pretend that they're slices of bread, and they put corned beef on it or pastrami on it, cut it in half, and you get two halves of a phenomenal sandwich. Then you get your coleslaw, then you get your applesauce, and however you like it. Anyway, I asked the waitress. I said, "Is it possible?" Because I've done this before. I said, "Is it possible that instead of having just corned beef or just having pastrami, could I get half and half? Could you take those two latkes and half be pastrami, half be corned beef, cut it in half, and we'll do that?" She said, "Oh, I don't know if the cook will do that. I'll check though. I'm not sure if they'll do
I
it."
don't think we do that.
I don't think we do that. So 5 minutes later, she comes back and she says, "I'm sorry, but no, the cook says they don't do that." I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Well, I'll take pastrami. I'll just take it as pastrami." About 5 minutes later, the table behind us gets seated, and the waitress comes up. So, "Can I take your order?" "Yeah, yeah. Listen, I'd like to get the beef and latkes. Can I get half and half? Can I get half corned beef and half pastrami?" "Oh, I'm sorry, the cook doesn't do that." And I'm thinking, there you go.
See,
You
now,
know,
if only there had been a lineup at the door, we would have been talking. Possibly we could have made an arrangement with these people.
how would we know?
Well, you talk about what you want because
What are you
when
gonna have? What are you gonna have? What
when
are you gonna
you're
have?
waiting in line, these people are very smart. The couch for you to sit and wait is right across from the deli cases.
Where all the
Boy,
desserts are?
oh my God,
It's too good.
three kinds of arugula.
You know, in my business, being having a background in retail, with my father having a retail store when I was a kid, the customer's always right. If the customer asks for a sandwich that's half corned beef and half pastrami, what? How does it kill you as a restaurant to do that? It's the same price. You order it as a pastrami sandwich or you order it as a corned beef. It's the same price. It's like 18.50. This is not a cheap little sandwich. So to cut it in half, how does it screw up your finances? I don't get it. The customer is always right, and I'd automatically offer it. I'd even highlight it in the menu. You'd sell more of them, I think.
Now we know the customer is not always right,
No, the customer's always right.
but the customer is always the customer.
True, the customer's always the customer. They're the ones
But they're
paying the
not
freight.
always right.
We do what we can. We did buy 6 bagels to take out with us, so we were back. We're stocked again on bagels. And I'm thinking a grape jelly bagel today.
Is it grape jelly
Yeah, I'm
again?
thinking definitely a grape jelly bagel today.
Okay, seem to be on a roll.
Oh, they're so good.
They're
just
so
so good. I was in the Walmart, a super Walmart here, the other day, and I happened to notice they have Welch's grape jelly, tons of them.
Oh, so
The
good.
The jars of grape jelly that I had sent to me, someone sent me by FedEx. They sent me 2 jars by Federal Express, which arrived safe and sound. I can buy them at the Super Walmart for $2.47. Unavailable in Canada. There are none in Canada.
And it cost them so much
Oh
to ship.
God, it must have cost $40 to send those to me, and I'm so grateful for it because this was like 3 months ago. We still can't get grape jelly in Canada, but down here in the States, Welch's grape
Yeah.
jelly is available. The old Concord grape jelly.
On the radio this morning, now I'm listening to the radio out of Calgary, and they're talking about every 3 months. They talk to these two gentlemen. One of them is in Coots, Alberta, and the other one is a spit away in Sweetgrass, Montana,
Across the border.
across the border. And they're getting very excited that the Canadians are going to be allowed to come over. The worst part is that you have to spend $40 and get that rapid antigen test. But the Americans have had to do that to come up to us.
Right.
But the one guy's saying, my youngest and her children live further down in Montana, and saying I haven't seen my grandson for 2 years, and he's 10. There's a big difference between 8 and 10.
Big difference. Huge. Huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's going to be a lot of family reunions coming up.
Lots of families.
Yeah. The problem is, if you're mom and
Friends
dad
and
and 2
families,
children,
man.
and you got to cross the border and you got to pay $40 each on the test, it's $160 out of your pocket just to get and hope all 4 are negative.
Right.
Cross your fingers. What if 3 are negative and 1 is positive? Does the trip get canceled? Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
$160 just to cross
it's been
a border.
Hardship.
It's ridiculous.
It's been a hardship.
Yeah, I mean, I say if you're vaccinated, you're good to go. That's it. That's it. You're vaccinated. That's all we care about. I don't care if you're positive or not. You're vaccinated. Move on.
Yeah.
But
Things will slowly change. we'll see in 2 weeks what happens in Canada from our Thanksgiving family get-togethers,
Yes, that's true. That's true.
and hopefully not spike the graph too
Hockey
much.
season is starting, and
Hacky,
Canada's
hacky.
Canada's allowing full arenas to
Yes,
vaccinated fans. You got to be vaccinated. You
right.
got a proof of vaccination to get in. You don't have to have a negative test to get in. Just have a proof of vaccination.
And the
I'm okay
American
with that.
teams can come up,
Yeah.
but they have to be vaccinated, so not all players
Some
will come.
players are not getting vaccinated, which just blows my mind. These guys do what they're told by their coaches. They do what
Yeah,
they're told by their
by their
agents,
insurance.
by their insurance. I can't understand how the insurance of these sports leagues don't tell the players, you're not vaccinated, you have no coverage whatsoever. You get injured on the field, no
I know.
insurance. That'll
Insurance
straighten
gets
them
to
up.
tell them what helmet they have to wear.
Yeah, it tells them what helmet to wear, what kind of equipment to wear.
Yeah.
Wake these guys up. They need dope slaps. I think we have to make a law that we can do dope slaps, because a lot of people are missing out on common sense
Oh,
because of a lack of dope slaps. I think there's all kinds of clogging in the brain. All it needs is a good old dope slap
when I was at
to
the high
get it to
school,
wake up again. It's like a reset,
when I was at the high school, they really frowned on that, even though I felt that it did, help the child focus, even for just a
Dope
moment. A
slaps.
dope slap.
Like, wake
It's
the
like,
hell up.
or
God.
maybe just a little flick. Just
Little flick, little
to the
flick.
side of the head. Pay attention.
Pay attention, you stupid kids. I don't know. I do what I can. We do what we can.
Okay,
It's
bagel.
big. Oh, we got a bagel coming. Awesome. Thanks, Miss Jen. Fantastico.
There it is.
There it is. We are up 418 on the Dow, still climbing. We're up 56 on S&P, and we're up 200 on NASDAQ. Looking really, really good. Oil's up 48 cents. Not as strong as it was this morning, but it's still up. We've got some quotes coming through here. We have 7 cents lower on Rocket Lab to 318. We're up 46 cents on Sofi at 1938. We're at GameStop up 234 to 186.40. Matterport 1937 down 76 cents, ridiculous. ME down 3 cents to 792. Smart Rent is up 6 cents. Spire 646 up 31 cents on 766,000. It's not giving up most of this gain, giving up a little, but not most of it. We were as high as 667, and we could go much higher than that today. Just a question of just what kind of a squeeze we're going to have here on this stock. ATIP down a penny. Sextera down 8 cents. AMC up $1.56, another move higher on AMC to $39.47. Robinhood up 27. Vanek up $6 now. Home Depot up $4.20. IBM up $2, $142.74. The Dow up 430. Nasdaq, Microsoft up 448. Apple up 222 to 143. Tesla up 428 to $815. Bed Bath Beyond down 8 cents. BlackBerry up 56 cents to 1037. BlackBerry's moving. Rocket Lab up Royal Caribbean up 56 cents. Goldman down 58 cents. It's coming back on as well. So we got going on some of our favorites here. 1322 down 3 cents on Rocket Lab, as it is flirting with that zero line all day long. SoFi now 1938 up 46 cents. Spire 646 up 30. That is the dealio, kids. It's where we are right now. What is going to happen with these markets? Well, let's see what's going to happen. We'll keep staying on top of this market here. Check the comments out. Thank you, everybody, for saying hi to us and being here today, hanging out with us through this Trolls activities this morning. Just ridiculous. And let's see. We got a whole bunch of comments I'm trying to catch up on here. And here I have everybody from Socius. If Spire gets to 749 and gets slammed back down, should we have a protest? What are we going to do? Let's see. What a difference a day makes. 24 little old hours. Spire looking real good. It is. The battle for SoFi at 1950 today. We got to go through 20, and I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. Good morning, Jen, from John. Zach, good morning, Jen. Larry, good morning, Jen. Hello, Jen. John Anderson saying, it's funny how U.S. trading hours are much nicer for Europeans, late afternoon into the evening, not getting up at 5 a.m. Yeah, I know. Actually, I have 9 times SoFi at 22.50, 10, 15 calls, 23.50. Bring it, baby. Hi, Jen. Zach, actually going for the long gamble. Good luck. Fingers crossed for you. Have you ever tried Panera Bread, Uncle Bruce? No. What happened to the customer is always right. People have lousy business sense nowadays. I know. So is Cohen just at this NFT con for fun, or are they actually going to announce anything? I have no idea. There you go. I was just typing that. We do half and half in NOLA, New Orleans, half roast beef, half shrimp. Oh boy. Oh, nice, Larry. Is this Sherman's Place, basically like Katz's Delicatessen of the West? It's a pretty nice place. Good food there. Sherman's is that good. You have to talk and plan what you want. Otherwise, you'll be lost in the land of the menu for 10 minutes, head spinning with options. That's true. Who knows, Vilbus? There's a lot of smoke and mirrors with GameStop these days. NFT Con was a bust. Nothing GameStop related. Mike, New York Deli's World. Accommodate you. We would accommodate you, Bruce. In New York, we'll give you half and half. They didn't have a square to spare. Larry, Titus, not Cat's good, but it's good Jewish deli. SMH, what I would do right now for a po' boy. Drops family. Karen's and Kevin's ruined the customer's always right policy. No beef and pastrami latkes for you. The customer's always right. Someone needs to tell that to Gary Gensler. Maester, not anymore. The customer used to be the one, but no more. Sad. Yes, it is true. Probably so. Not a square to spare. The customer's always right. It's a dying mentality. The newcomers are way too entitled to care about what the customer wants. Clay, the customer's always right and said to go with customer purchasing trends. What I should have done is I should have ordered 2 sandwiches. I should have ordered one of each and ordered a to-go box. And then I could have just split it right there, had one half of one, half the other, and then take the other one home. But, what can I say? I should have just ordered 2. Not go against and sell a product your customers don't want. Companies don't know better than the customer base. Come on, Sofi, fight back. Dope slap, copyright dope slap. I call that a smack. Laughing out loud. I love it. Look up the ingredients. Dark Bruce, she's coming for you. Doc, try not to openly mock Jen. What does Jen does to Bruce? Dope slaps. Good morning, Auntie Jen. Uncle Bruce, y'all had a time to get into the pool, hot tub yet? Find time to relax. We do get into the pool in the evening, the late afternoon. The sun is setting quickly. We go in there sort of before dinner, or sometimes it's after dinner. We are attempting to do that. Yes, 1938 on SoFi up 46 cents. We're at 642 on Spire, and the Dow's up 417 points. When I was young, some teachers had big old paddles on the wall, and they used them. Geo, even Ricky and Julian from the Trailer Park Boys want to dope slap people to smarten them up, as they say. Uncle Bruce, AB, I never understood the constant testing this late in the crisis. It sounds like a logistical nightmare at this point, taking the shot way easier. Thank you, AB, for the donation. And the BC, that's what's wrong with these young guns today. No paddles. SoFi is over Matterport right now. Can anyone recommend a stock monitoring app that can send you notifications? Just give everyone the shot instead of test kits. Oops, I have the shot instead of a test. Moved up to 700 total for Spire. Time to write calls. No paddle in. Or sell them COVID freedom pills. Those athletic types will have a doctor pump. Them up with whatever makes them faster, stronger, and heal faster. But because someone told them they would be a dork if they got a specific vaccine shot. There you go. Lobo Blast, not yet. Uncle Bruce, please talk me out of taking profits. Please talk to me taking profits on my $15 January SoFi calls. They look so good, laughing out loud. You ain't seen nothing yet. Cohen never said he was part of the NFC thing, whatever. Don't forget to give thumbs ups for Bruce. Thank you, Adventures Duncan. Morning, Bruce. Spire dropped 75% in 2 weeks, but before that, it doubled from 9 to 1950. Do you, the people that shorted this, could be the same ones that ran it up so fast? Do you think that might have happened to? Anything is possible. Anything is possible. I really don't know. I really think, though, that this violent sell-off was too much, too fast. And I think these guys are short. They're really short, and they're exposed. That's my gut on this one. Spire, 644. Think we're going back up again. NFT.com was using GameStop to promote their conference. Vilbus, he didn't say anything about being a part of it, but he and others made posts to spur home some hype. And NFT.com did the same thing. Lobo Blast, Panera Bread, it's overpriced hospital food. I took my mom for a soup sandwich and drink, nearly $50 for 2 people. Never again. Customers that come into my restaurant without masks aren't right, but they're not customers either. There you go. If you can get to Tustin, California, Uncle Bruce, try Benji's. There you go. Adam, I suffer from misophonia. I'll be back when Bruce is done eating. Whatever that means. Yeah, Lobo, I got a comparable tuna sandwich from a freaking 7-Eleven, a lot cheaper than Panera. Customers not always right, but not saying Bruce is wrong, but it's the truth. People lie, cheat, steal all the time. Wow, GameStop taking a good run up. Where is it now? GameStop 348 at 187.54. Rocket Lab down 3 cents, down 13.22. SoFi up 44 to 19.36. Matterport still down 88 cents to 19.24. ME down 2 to 7.92. Smart Rent up 26 cents to 12.15. And Spire up 30 cents to 6.46. ATIP unchanged. Xterra down 12. That's where this market is at right now. Let's see, drops. I'd kill for a half from Dom Leesy's right now. Evan is going Vilbas. He never posted any hints. Everybody just assumed he was part of it because he posted on Twitter from Florida where he lives that people in charge of the NFTC con are based in Florida. So there you have it. Oh, we got a napkin right here. We got us a bagel from Sherman's with grape jelly on it. Love it. A little chard. We love it. We love it. Erico says, when I was a boy in Bulgaria, are the Spire earnings tomorrow before or after hours? I have no idea. What kind of calls are you suggesting we write on Matterport? We wait until we get over 20 and we take a look at maybe 2250. So we'll see what happens. NFT.com tweeted today. It's all about game, baby, game day. I don't know. Austin, after hours will be shady. I don't know what that means. Snake, my 15 for APR are wanting to be sold. I sold a small percentage of the calls I had for some profit to put Spire that kept most of them. I don't quite know what that means. For April, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Give us a chance. Sharon, last night, the restaurant we went to let me go off the menu to pair chicken in fig sauce with pumpkin ganache. It was amazing. I love that place. Nearly 800,000 volume on Spire. 1 hour in, looking good. 6.45 up 29 cents. Let's go Spire. I have that too. I always hop off for a bit as well. Larry, the school canoe. Oh, you better believe that's a paddling. Stop it, Sharon. Sounds so good. We call it clickbait. Zit on GameStop. GameStop up 5.45, 189.51. We're going higher. Bagel and Nutella, good too. Game Jam, GM Jam. After that whole Robin Hood debacle, the phrase "when I was a boy in Bulgaria" will never not be funny to me. Looks like Spire is heading sideways right now. It is at 6.45. SoFi 19.47 coming back on. TD Ameritrade still not listing any ratings on SoFi. My $15 calls I bought to April. Yay. Andy, you live in NOLA? Me too. New Orleans. Living in the same place. Anyway, cheers, everybody. Welcome to the show. Let's enjoy a bagel, and let's see if GameStop wants to go higher. 188.97 up 491. Go GameStop. Go SoFi. 1948. Go Spire. The Dow up 447. Looking good. The Dow is way up. Zach, glad one of my Simpsons heads here caught that one. Bagel, bagel, bagel. Bon appetit. GameStop looks like it's going for 190, 189.09, up $5. Yeah, I don't know anything about the Spire earnings. I don't know anything about it. I just really not following it. I'm following the short squeeze. 6.46 on Spire. 189.85 on GameStop. It's going through 190 here. 189.99 on GameStop. Here it goes. 190 on GameStop. 1943 on Sofi, up 51 cents. Spire 647, up 31. Uncle Bruce, should I take profits from SoFi? I have 21 1750s, 20 1850s, and 20 at 20, all expiring tomorrow. Or should I roll and use the cash to go sell puts? Well, you can always do that. Um, Selling puts is a good strategy, or you can roll. You can roll into future exercise dates, go into January or beyond. You got to you're finally in an option. You're finally in a position where you're seeing something here. I'm really happy that 1750s are in the money. You're almost at 20 here. Just need a little more. You might be looking at the wrong one. 190. We touched it. 189 now. AMC is making a push. It's now 40.20 up 229 on AMC. Hasn't been over 40 in quite a while. Spire 647. Go Spire. Smart rent 1210. Uncle Bruce, should I buy Matterport strike 20 call options? No. Right puts. Right puts against Matterport. Don't buy call options. Right puts. Generally, naked shorting does not affect a stock the moment it's done. Generally, no. The alleged shorters, if the alleged shorters shorted in October rather than the end of November, would we see the current short interest? Yeah, number four. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that. When Uncle Bruce signs off for his break, Spire hits 8-9. I'm calling it. Laugh a lot. Well, don't quote me unless I'm right. Oh man. Uh, why? When does it make more sense to write puts versus buying calls? Well, with puts, you get a premium coming to you. So if you're writing a 2250 put on Matterport, good for say 3-4 months, and you can get maybe a $5 bill for that, $5 or $6, you're getting the book value, which is a $2.70-80 plus premium. If you can get a couple dollar premium on top of that, the stock goes from $19 to $22.50. The contract has a zero value to it, technically, at the end of its life. You can score a $6 bill on a $3 move. That's double your money on the stock. That's why you would write a put, because you're letting the clock now be your ally rather than your adversary. You're wanting the put to expire at a lower value. You want the time value to evaporate because you're going to buy this callback for a lot less money than you're selling it for. Gotta get your own bagels. Take care, Sharon. I trust you, but I don't believe you, Bruce. Oh man. Anyway, there you go. SoFi 1932, Spire 650, up 34 cents. Coming on again. Mm. Spire volume 840, 840,000. 652 climbing. Okay. Dow up 426. Good run. Last chunk of bagel, kids. Mm, mm, mm. Teeth are good. They're good. Spire calls still looking good. Mm, mm. So good. Oh boy. I'll tell you. Fabulous. Just wonderful. Mm. Spire 652. Let's go. 1935 on SoFi. Let's go. Mm. Dow up 412. S&P up 54. NASDAQ up 197. Fantastic. Mm. Thank you for the 512 thumbs ups already today, everybody. I really appreciate that. You're helping this channel a lot, getting this show out there, letting the world know what we're doing. Mm. Lots going on. Mm, 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 mm. Fabulous. Thank you, everybody, for being here. $521 thumbs ups. Beautiful. Spire 654, high of the day 667. We're climbing towards the high of the day again, just little by little. The Spire shares are coming back on. Volume now on Spire, 900,000 shares. Definitely improving. Average day trading for the last 65 days, 1.2 million. So we're quickly approaching the average of a day in just the first couple hours here. Very good. Okay. Arco says, Bruce, can you believe it that we've been on the air with this group of degenerates now for 9 months? We might have to plan you a 1-year anniversary show. Someone called me a troll once, but I love you guys. Number 4. Sorry, Star Wars of Bruce. What I meant to ask for Spire. I can see the short interest as of 9:30. The short position stayed the same. Would we see it next month? I guess, but I don't know what to believe on short interest anymore. There's the so-called report from the exchange, and then there's the synthetic numbers, and then there's the failure to deliver numbers, and then there's the derivative crap, and I just don't know what to believe. How can I calculate how much cash I need in buying power in order to sell a put? I can write calls, but get rejected on writing puts. Well, if you're going to write a put, let's say on a $20 stock, you're going to write a $20 put. You multiply that times 100 because one contract represents 100 shares. That's a $2,000 transaction. So you're going to need $2,000 in margin to write a put. Now, if you can bring in $400 against a $2,000 put, that's 20% cash against your cash you put up. If you can buy the put back for say $200, you sold it for $400, you make a profit of $200, and you do that in say a month, you're making $200 on a $2,000 investment, 10% in a month. Nice return on your money. Okay. Yeah, you need enough cash to buy 100 shares. Let's see. I think my Yoko troll was the best troll of all time, says Larry. And some brokerage accounts will allow you to utilize margin that you have. So if you have a margin account and you have, say, $5,000 in margin available against positions you hold, and you want to write a put contract that needs $2,000 in margin, they'll allow you to just, borrow against your margin account to do the transaction. Each firm is different, though. You have to figure out with your own firm what the rules are to write a put option. Arico, hey Larry, you took the gold trophy the day you broke him with the crud comment. I still watch that every now and then for a good laugh. Stop doing that, Matterport, says my name is Jonas. Gregory Clay, you meant $7.50 for February. I thought you were grouping the strikes together. Rob, I have to ask. Okay, where are we at now on Spire? 646 up 30 cents. Rocket Lab down 15 cents to 13.10. Sofi 1938 up 46 cents. GameStop up 383 at 187.89. Couldn't break through 190 very far. Matterport still 1908 down $1.05. ME down a dime. Smart Rent up 16 cents. Spire up 32. ATIP down 2.5. Cyxtera down 8 cents. AMC's up $2.15 to $40. Robinhood up 54 cents. Vanik up $5.96. Home Depot up $4.28. IBM up $1.89. The Dow up 450 points. Microsoft up $4.23 a share. Apple up $2.08. Tesla up $4.44. We're up 60 cents on Royal Caribbean. Goldman has turned positive again, up 166. It's gone green. Earnings tomorrow for Goldman Sachs are coming out. I think they're going to be very, very good. Very, very good. Okay. Um, did you bring the Yoko album, or is it in Canada? It's in Canada in storage. It's in Canada in storage. It's safe and sound in Calgary. That was the most productive trolling I've ever seen. It ended up giving Bruce the ammo to troll all of us and make some money out at the same time. I left it in Calgary. It's safe and sound. Yoko is safe and sound in storage. If you walk by the storage unit, you can hear sounds coming from inside there, though. It's muffled, but you can hear. She's in there. What can I say? Thumbs from Rob. Thanks, buddy. 265 gain on GameStop, 48-cent gain on Sofi, 1940, and 648 right now on Spire, up 32 cents. Little did that guy at the record store know that that album he sold me for like $10 was actually worth $1,000. The storage, it's haunted. Yeah, the storage unit is haunted. The door is turning black on the inside. Oh, it's unbelievable. Yeah. Oh yeah, 648 on Spire, up 32 cents. 1940 on SoFi, up 45. Come on, guys. Oh, I'd love to see 20 on SoFi today. Oh, I'd love to see that. Will it happen? I don't know. I don't know. A SoFi volume today, 12.3 million. It's a little quieter. Spire volume now, 965,000. A little busier than yesterday, interestingly. We'll see how this all works out. The Dow's up 467 points. S&P up 61. NASDAQ up 214. Oil up 59 cents a barrel. Man, oh man, unbelievable. 90,000 U.S. adult deaths from COVID over the summer could have been prevented if victims had been vaccinated. A study finds. Unbelievable, but true. Now we're at 944, 946. Sorry, 644, 646 on your Spire. Will it take another step higher? It hit a high of 667 this morning in the first 20, 30 minutes of trading. Then it backed off, and Spire did come back down to about 639, and then it popped back up to about 653, and now we're at 644. I mean, Yoko does look like the ghost from the ring, 20 bucks on SoFi, sure, but let's flip Spire to 20 as well today. Ferrigan, I like Yoko more than Bruce's spooky interpretation. Well, Halloween's coming, what can I say? Oh, man. 1940 on SoFi, up 49 cents today. Rocket Lab down a dime. GameStop back up to 317 at 187.23. Matterport down 94 cents, 1919. Gotta get a pop here. Come on, Matterport, let's go. 475 gain on the Dow, almost 500 points. The high of the day right here, right now. We're at the high of the day. S&P up 61, NASDAQ up 211 points. Certainly a good day going here today. Nothing beats Bruce singing Yoko. Spire volume approaching 1 million. It's only been an hour. Average volume 1.2 million for the day. This is it. The blackened inner wall got me laughing. Ooh. Yes, just like that. Just like the box on the movie. Raiders of the Lost Ark. The box gets put away, and then they did the fifth movie. And the box is turning black. Yeah, that's right. Something in that box is burning up. What can I say? That and Two Gun Dancing is worth the price of admission for Uncle Bruce. Right there. Oh, my, oh, my. Do what we can. Can what we do. I don't know. Yes, kids. Another day in paradise. Cheers to all of you around the world. I hope you're having a great day today. I hope you're having a good week. We can't really complain about this market. We really can't. It's been all right. It's some ups and downs, obviously. SoFi, a very good week, a very good day today. Another very solid day of foundation building. This thing is building a base that it's going to spring up from here, I think. Looking good. Spire 645. climbing and looking more solid. The question is, will there be a squeeze on the Spire, and will it be of an epic proportion? Tomorrow is expiry day on the options, and between now and the close and tomorrow morning, will these shares even reach $8 or $9 already, and put the squeeze on these guys? It'll be interesting. A lot of money on the line. The arc burns through. There's a fifth movie. I hope you found a caffeine-free Diet Coke, Bruce. Bruce, if you could can what we do around here, you'd be selling Bruce juice. The Bruce's loose. Get a can of that juice. Thank you for the ideas. I am thumbs ups number 541, says Nick S. So thank you, Nick, for that. We are showing 542 thumbs ups on this show so far from all of you. I appreciate that. If you're able to find a thumbs up button on your computer somewhere or your device, please hit that button for us and give our show a little more momentum. We're hanging in there. We're coming up to our 3-hour time. And yeah, we do love that scene where the Nazis' heads explode on that show. Oh man, yeah, it would be nice to see an explosion here. Spire 642 right now, up 26 cents. We need another high, a higher high. Thank you very much. Yep, that was up 450 points on gains for shares from Health, United Health, and Caterpillar. Very, very good movement there. 477 on the Dow, 61 on the S&P, 210 on NASDAQ. Real good markets. Really solid. If you pay close attention, you can see the exact second the bagel reaches his stomach and he starts to need a nap. You could just tell the bagel puts him out. What can we say? 2 hours, 26 minutes into the show, we have 554 viewers. We're looking for a run here on our stocks. Are we going to get another run here or not? We're up 482 now on the Dow. Boy, we can't complain about this. SoFi 1930, GameStop up 337. Matterport still down 96 cents. Smart ran up a nickel, and Spire at 644 up 28. That's where we're at. Bruce is working here. I've been up since I actually got up earlier today. I couldn't sleep until 3. I think I got up at 2:15 today. Started my pre-show work at 2:15 for you, and by 5:30 we're up and running. What can I say? Trying to stay on top of these markets. Give you the latest info in plain English so you understand just where things are at and where we're headed. Would be pretty kind of good if the old SoFi would break 20 today. That would be kind of nice. I kind of like that. Yeah. Uncle Bruce, when are you going to do your show from poolside? You know what we tried yesterday? We took our phone out and we took a look at the strength of our signal, and there's no signal at the pool from the house, so I can't do anything from there. I'd have to literally just do a recorded show and then upload a recorded show, but that's a lot of carrying a lot of equipment down there. I don't want to do that. The stock market is rigged for sure against individual and real-time commentary from you really gives us some solace, so thank you. Jen, can you share any covered calls or cash secured puts I can write right now? Zach, geez, Bruce, I'm usually still awake at 2:15 a.m. I'm not waking up. Well, it's breakfast time. Feed the birds, take a nap, and in 2 hours the run-up starts. There's that too. Covered calls or cash secured puts. What to trade right now? Well, it depends on your timing and what have you. Rocket Lab at 1312. 1750s, 20s, something like that. A few months out though. SoFi's 20s, 2250s might be an idea. GameStop, you can always write GameStop puts, but you have to decide for yourself how you want to do it. You can write in the money GameStop puts. You can write like the 150s, 160s, well in the money. They'll be pure premium, and even if the shares drop in price, the contracts can still expire worthless, giving you the entire premium, depending how far out you want to write. It's worth a look. Matterport at 1908 a share. You can write 20s, 2250s there. You could look at that. MEs, you can look at ME $10 puts for sure. Smart Rent 11.99. You can look at $15 puts there, several months out. Spire 644 right now. You can look at 750 puts, $8 puts, $10 puts, depending on what's available. If you go several months out, I'd look at that. ATIP, I don't know if there's any money in the put market there. Sextera 892, same thing. I'm not sure if there's much available, but it's worth a look. Perhaps at tens. That's the deal there, kids. That is the deal there. We're up 479 on the Dow. We're up 232 on IBM. Up just about $4 on Microsoft at $300.25. Apple just under a $2 gain, 142.88, up $1.97. Yeah, there's a market there. Okay. I'm hanging on by a thread. I'm hanging on. Wondering if there's any movement coming our way on any of our stocks here in the next 30 minutes as we finish the first 3 hours of trading today. We have Sofi at 1937 up 45 cents. Spire at 643 up 27 cents. Are we going to get a shot here? We have a 482 gain on the Dow. We have S&P up 61. We have NASDAQ up 203 points at the moment. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Anyone here use the SoFi app or have registered an account? Any good people? Lobo Blast wants to know. Lobo Blast. Dave, just got a couple hundred more shares of Spire. I couldn't resist this stuff. MI Blue, when are you going to put out a new list of stocks to invest in? I'll let you know when I find one. Thank you so much for all you do, says Jen Doe. Thank you, Jen, for being here. Appreciate it. Love that you guys are here with us today. Thank you for those of you who've been giving thumbs ups to this show from around the world. I do appreciate it. We have 556 thumbs ups today. We're going for 600 today, hopefully. Maybe we can hit 600 before we finish this thing off. That would be terrific. Thank you, one, and welcome all of you to be here. Man, oh man, oh man. A lot's going on in this marketplace. Wow, lots going on. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. There we are. 560 thumbs ups. Beautiful, beautiful. 643 on SoFi, or on Spire. Excuse me, Spire 643. Come on, Spire. SoFi 1932 up 40 cents. 1934 up 42 cents. GameStop up 317. 187.23. Rocket Lab still down 11. Matterport down 110. ME down 14. Still some negatives there. Alrighty. There you are. You are the best, Bruce. Thanks, Robert. And you know what? I hear good things. I'm going to open an account today. There you go. Dave McPeters. Thank you, Dave, for the PayPal donation. Thank you. Appreciate that. Awful kind of you. Those are very much appreciated. 641 on Spire. 1934 on SoFi. Come on, markets. Let's go. The oil market, 81.26 in Texas for oil, up 82 cents. That's where we're at. Sounds like it's backing up just a little bit now that the supply numbers are coming out. So how much oil is in the system? Lots in the system. No shortage of oil. None at all. Nowhere is there a shortage. Nowhere. Okay. There you have it. Got a little lull here, kids. We got a lull. Not much going on right now. It's just a grind out time as we're waiting for, waiting for stuff to happen here. Anyway. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Amazing. Woo-hoo-wee. Oh, my goodness. Staying on top of this market. 568 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Thumbs, everybody. Bruce, would you look into GWH and give your opinion on GWH? GWH. ESS Tech Incorporated, trading on the New York Stock Exchange. 1788 last share trade, down 119. High for the year 28.92, low of 722. It's a research and development phase which engages in the manufacture of iron flow batteries for commercial energy storage applications. That's stocks I generally don't follow, research type stocks, because these are long-term scenarios, and you could have a huge swing in values on something like this. So I'm not much of a fan of the long-term deals like this. Obviously, the stock was held at $10 during its SPAC phase, and has now been released from that. There we go. Looks like it listed back in December 1st or so last year, right at $10. Got into 1070 range, but held $10 more or less, and it bottomed out at 722 and now is at 1797. So it's had a good run, but I have no opinion on it going forward. It's not my wheelhouse, as they say. So I can't really put much of a handle on it. That's where we're at. We're up 450 on the Dow. 450 points on the Dow. There we go. There it is. John, thank you, buddy. Matterport under attack. 1895 down 118. Looks like California agrees with you as you pull longer broadcasts. Thank you, what you do, man. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. Nice to have you here. Sofi 1930 up 38. Spire 638 up 22. The Dow up 461. There's where we're at. All right. Folks, I'm going to get a break in right now. I'm going to be on this afternoon at 3 o'clock for the last hour of the day today. Join me for that. Let's see how we close up today. Hopefully we'll have a good run here with an afternoon consolidation. We'll see what it wants to give us. I'm going to get a rest in because it's catching up to me, being up since 2 this morning. But thank you, everybody, for catching up with me so far this morning. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you at 3 this afternoon for the final hour of trading as we see what's going to happen the last hour of the day. All right, guys, we'll see you in a little bit. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye for now.